cream of the crop. But it does it better.
Hey, but you are so money and you don't even know it.
I understood that reference.
Morning, Mr. Hammond.
Your mission,
should you accept it, steal, destroy, shadow, disappear.
assemble the team.
And here we go.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Freewheeling Fridays here on the Madness Entertainment Group, as it's being retitled, revamped a little bit. I'm your host, Ryan of A&I Quote Channel, but hey, it's all well and good. I'm your host and producer. This is going to be a lot of fun, and our guest on this episode is someone who has been over to the And I Quote Studios once before, but we kind of threw her into the deep end of the pool with a group of awesome, tacular people. But now it's okay. She can breathe. She can relax. She can have free coffee, free donuts, free bagels, whatever it is that's going to get her through the night or the day, whatever time it may be, in her neck of the woods in the great state of Texas. Please welcome writer, poet, singer, an accomplished singer at that, and stand-up comedian from the great state of Texas. Kat White is here, everybody. Hello, Kat. How are you?
Hi, Ryan. What's up? Doing good. It is 10 p.m. here, so I don't know.
No, there's not much of a difference. I was just kind of making this up as I go along. But, hey, whatever works, right? Whatever works. It's great to have you here, and it's great to have you here who may be watching or listening to this right now. Do not forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends. And if you're joining us live or what is known as a replay, thank you so much for doing so. As we go throughout the course of this episode, let us know if you have any questions for Kat or myself. We're going to be talking about all things pop culture here on these types of shows here on the Madness Entertainment Group here on Freewheeling Friday. So let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. More than happy to bring those in as we go along. With that out of the way, to take the edge off a little bit, break the ice, if you will, an icebreaker type of question. Kat, in the words of our good friend Jack, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Who am I? That's the question of the year. My name's Kat. My name's Kat White. I go by Kat on stage. My name's Catherine. I am a fun accountant during the day, but always, since I was little, I've been a writer, so I have gotten out sharing my artwork in the form of comedy, and I do poetry. I do digital art with my poetry. And then thank you for calling me an accomplished singer, but I just like to sing covers. I do that as much as I can because singing just brings me peace. So I love singing. I love singing anything, whether that be songs I grew up doing in church or good old covers of other bands and people that I like that I feel brings me, but I very much prioritize songs that bring me peace. So I try to sing those as much as I can. So thanks, Brian.
No worries. And by the way, Pops Van Zandt, who runs the Madness Entertainment Group, she says she's at Lori's house because when Lori's on camera, she has the same background that you do. So you and Lori are kind of simpatico, and Lori lives in the great state of Texas as well. So
I am at Lori's house then.
Yeah, you probably are at Lori's house. And then Pops is saying hello to you. So hi, Kat, as Pops likes to say to all the guests. Thank you, Pops, for being here. Appreciate that. By the way, Pops, I did get your text a moment ago. Everything's fine. We're good. We just had to set things up in the green room in the backstage area. Everything's cool. So you don't need to worry about me. Everything's, in the words of our friendly neighborhood Han Solo, we're fine. We're all fine here. Now, thank you. How are you? That's a line we know we won't soon forget. When it comes to music, if you're going out to karaoke with your friends, your family members, or whatever, what's the first song that you tend to sing right out of the gate?
It's funny because I get this question a lot. I'm actually really shy with my singing and really private with it. So I don't often go do karaoke. But see, all the slow songs come to my mind first. So then I have to think about what do people want to hear. And I don't do a lot of party songs. I like to sing Adele, Norah Jones. But let's see. Sometimes if I need a fast one, I'll go with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Love me some Coldplay. So some slower options. I'm trying to get more out there with my singing. So maybe that's something I'll do.
No, all good. And then let's see. Pop says it is my job. Laugh out loud to worry about other hosts and producers such as yourself. All right, no worries, man. But it's cool. We're fine.
I want him as a friend. Who's Matt? I want him as a friend.
Well, the Madness Entertainment Group is where this show is being primarily broadcast on because it's this Freewheeling Fridays is part of the Madness Entertainment Group. It's one of many shows that are on this YouTube channel. There's like, how many do you guys have now, Pops? Like 40 or 50 different shows that run every single week. which I don't know how you do it. I don't know how anybody does that for that matter, but they're basically different types of shows that are run by different hosts, different producers, and they talk about an array of different topics, whether it's comic book artistry, comic book inking, comic book lettering, music, or how comic books are put together. There's also ones that discuss, action figures and collectibles.
Wow.
Trying to think. Lori, who we spoke about earlier, she runs a show called the Tuesday Morning Brew at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where she interviews a creator from a different part of the world.
Oh, wow.
So, which is kind of similar to what we do on And I Quote, hashtag we're not trying to compete with each other, because we're not. It's not a competition. We all build each other up. Oh, here's the actual number for you. It's 31 weekly shows and a few random ones that come along the Madness Entertainment Group. So if you want to subscribe to this channel, you're more than welcome to, because it's free shows, free entertainment, and there's lots of different personalities to boot. So Lori's just one of many. Lori Calcaterra, more specifically, runs the Tuesday Morning Brew on Tuesday mornings. Madness Entertainment Group just says we also have a Facebook group that's called the Madness Entertainment Group. You're more than welcome to drop your links and share some of the things that you're doing, Cat White, awesome. in there at any point in time. So it's available 24/7 to you and anyone else who wishes to use it. So, and links are in the description, if I'm not mistaken, Pops. And if they're not, here it is. Yeah, it's right here.
So his name is Pops? Is this
his real name? His real name is actually Pops Van Zandt. I'm not kidding you.
Oh, I like it.
I know, it's unique. It stands out from the rest. Yeah. And he says, here's the Facebook link, so we can grab that. You can take that. You can copy that and put that in your browser, if you wish, or you can I'll send it to you later. It's fine. Anywho,
well, I love the name Madness Entertainment Group. I'm all about madness, and
yes.
I might have a dog chime in. It's okay. He's pure madness. So
it's okay. Pops has a dog or two himself. It's fine. Pops, we love you, man. So going back to what you were saying earlier about what is known as singing, what are some of your favorite covers you like to sing?
Gosh, I have so many, because singing is so cleansing for me. It's almost like meditation. I can do it for hours. So sometimes if it's a Sunday, I'm not super religious anymore, but I might be in a spiritual mood. So I'll do a lot of songs that I grew up singing in church. Other days of the week, though, I love singing Norah Jones, Adele, like I said, Coldplay. Kings of Leon is one of my favorite bands to cover. There's so many. I've been really getting into doing some Taylor Swift covers lately, just because I really like a lot of her music, and I just keep finding amazing, actually, YouTube channels that have really acoustic versions of songs I love. So if I find a nostalgic rock acoustic version or piano version of a song I like, it's my favorite thing is just to sing an acoustic version in my voice to just my favorite bands. So I'm always looking for the nostalgic songs. I know you're a fan of nostalgia as well, right?
Well, yeah, I've been that way since I was 3.
Yeah.
I have no regrets.
Same.
Yeah, I have no regrets. Plus, you and I are in and around the same age, which, hey, age is just a number, folks. So
I'm 21. Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I'm only 22. So I'm just joshing you. It's fine. You mentioned Adele. My favorite Adele song, believe it or not, is Skyfall. Did you ever sing Skyfall?
No.
Okay, well, it's the theme song to the James Bond movie of the same name.
Of course.
And it won the Oscar that year, believe it or not. Adele won the Oscar for Best Original Song at the Oscars in 2013.
Yeah, she's an amazing artist. I have a very low range, so I think that kind of, and I don't play an instrument, so I love when I find low singers and stuff and instrumentals online and things that I can sing in my range, because it's low.
No, that's fair.
Soulful voice, so I love covering her songs.
Oh, all right, good stuff. You ever cover any? Would you ever consider covering any Disney songs?
I do a few Disney songs, actually. I love doing.
Which one? Part of Your World, I'm assuming.
Yeah, of course. I'm not surprised if you haven't heard me do that one before.
I know. I haven't heard you sing Ariel jumping jellyfish. I haven't heard you sing as Ariel. I haven't heard that one yet.
I like doing Part of Your World. I like doing Moana songs.
Good call. I like that movie.
Yeah, there's a lot that I do here in my little bitty. It's like a tiny desk concert here all the time.
Even though it looks a lot bigger here on screen, because what I'm seeing right
Yeah,
now is the interior of Lori and yours.
My piano.
Yeah, your piano, you and Lori's house. So it's very similar with the layout. You must have the same interior decorator, I would assume, in the great state of Texas. No, it's cool. But no, singing is good. Singing is good. Here's a fun fact for those of you who are watching and listening to this right now. Pop said, I sent you an official friend request on the Facebooks, Kat. We will get you acquainted with everyone here in the madness.
Hey, that's exciting.
So there you go. Make sure you check your social media later on in this. Either later on after the show, you can do it tomorrow morning when you're more awake. Because I'm like tired. But anyway, some of us are tired.
Full day,
But
right?
it's late. It's late.
But it's Friday and it's FreeWheeling Friday, so
It is.
I've got the weekend off. So
No, it's good. Yeah, I have the weekends off too for the most part, even though I go into work Sunday nights. But you know, that's part of my job. Let me see. I was mentioning Adele. Oh, here it is. So when I first started going to karaoke, here's a fun fact for those of you watching and listening to us at home. The first song I ever sang at karaoke, believe it or not, was "Savin' Me" by Nickelback.
Oh, Nickelback.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people like to throw that band under the bus for, I don't know why reasons, but I like their music quite a bit. Saving Me was the first one, right? And then I think the second one I sang from them was, it may have been the collaboration they did between him and the lead singer of, what was it? Oh, gosh, not Slither, not Skillet. What was it? So, oh, gosh, why am I blanking? But anyway, it was the theme song from Spider-Man, Hero. By Chad Kroeger featuring Josie Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a classic song. I sang that at karaoke at one point.
I didn't know that you sing, so I'm learning.
I do.
Now.
Yeah, I do sing. Yeah, maybe you and I can do a duet at some point. I don't know. That would be fun. Now, listen, if you like Disney songs and you're gonna do a duet, you got to do Whole New World. You got to do it.
Okay, well, let's try this. I think we can make that happen on Clubhouse, actually.
Sure, we can do it on Clubhouse, Chatter. It doesn't matter to me. We can do it.
I don't know if Chatter's got the sound linked up yet, but that's something I'm pushing for. I hope. The lag is a little difficult, but that's the part I love about this is we can all like perform and do stuff live together. So that's been really fun to do music with other people online.
Yeah, so we can sing A Whole New World. The other one, I don't know if you're familiar with this one because this movie came out it did come out a couple years ago. And it's a bit of a somber song, but it's still a really good one. Have you ever considered doing the duet of the song Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You want to do it?
I haven't done that, but I would love that.
Because I have the Bradley Cooper range.
Ooh.
I can do it. It's fun. Here's another fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah, well, here's another fun fact for you. Bradley Cooper, I sang the song Maybe It's Time from A Star Is Born, the solo song that he has. I've sung it before on karaoke nights on Clubhouse, believe it or not. It's true. And Maybe It's Time is a really good song. Have you heard it before?
Maybe It's Time? Mm-mm.
Okay, well, it's on YouTube. You can find it. Let's see. Tim Olson is here with us. He says, what's up, everyone? Good to see you, Tim. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods. Thank you for being with us here in the chat, which is during this episode of FreeWheeling Fridays. Here with Kat White, the singer extraordinaire here on this episode. Do not forget to like and share this with everybody you know. If you're joining us live on the replay, thank you so much for doing so. Well, to give you an idea, and Pops is saying, hello, Tim. Everything is dope as F. Okay, great. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for dropping those acronyms in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Do you want to know how some of the lyrics go?
Which song?
The Maybe It's Time one by Bradley Cooper. You want to hear it?
Oh, let's do it. I was writing it down because I want to.
Okay, well, it's called Maybe It's Time. I think it's the just standard name of the song. But how it goes is Bradley Cooper gets on his acoustic. He's playing the guitar. And I don't want to sing too much because I want to avoid the studio copyrights here. But well, maybe I shouldn't say it in my singing voice because then we'll really get in trouble. But so let me put it to you like this. It goes, maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Let me see. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead. And then it just goes. It's basically saying like, what if we just stopped doing the old school traditions, like moved on to something else, something like that. I don't know. But I'm sorry, that was not the best example, but that's basically somewhat of the summary of the song.
I'm gonna look up the song.
Yeah, and then if you want, you and I can have we can have a chat off camera, so we don't have to worry about copyrights. And then you and I can talk about the song, and then I can sing it if you wish.
That's the hard part of all this content creation. There's so much I like to cover and shout out with other people. It's interesting to have to learn all the copyright stuff and figure that out. Especially I sing, I don't play instruments, so I'm always looking for songs to cover and I can that are free and I can share.
Yeah. That's when you have to go online and go to the website. It's called royaltyfreemusic.com.
Yeah, I've done that so many times. Actually, I love that you brought up duetting because I love some of my favorite bands are like male and female duos, like Oh Wonder or of Monsters and Men. Sometimes I'll cover some of their songs too. So, Civil Wars was a good one too. I don't know if they're together anymore, but I always liked the male-female duo in music. Harmonizing is the best.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true. I mean, other men's and women's. Here's another duet for you that you may be familiar with. Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
I don't know if I got the breath control for that one.
it's a legendary one, by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Tramiel, but it's really good. I think you performing as a duet would do really well with that.
Yeah, that's a good one because everybody knows that. That's an easy one to learn. I mean,
It is. It's only 2.5 minutes. Did you know the song's only 2.5 minutes?
No, I didn't know that.
It's really short. It's very, very short. And the other thing is, it was featured in 2 movies that I grew up watching as a kid. Remember the Titans? It was featured in Remember the Titans. That song was, and the other one, which I just rewatched recently, is Stepmom with Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon.
I was just thinking of that movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's
that song. I think.
Well, here's the thing about Stepmom. It's a criminally underrated film.
I have a funny story about that movie.
Oh, do you? Well, what is the story? Now the whole world needs to know this story. What's the story?
The whole world. I don't know if my parents are going to get onto me for this. It was so funny though. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I was really young, my dad got remarried to my stepmom, who's still my stepmom, and somebody bought me that movie. So I won't tell on who, but it was just kind of a funny thing. And they actually got it because it was a really, really good movie about a stepmom and child relationship, and that's where I first heard that song. So there's your.
Wow. That's great. No, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, point blank. And it's very emotional. It hits you in the feels.
It does. And all the actresses and actors in it are so good too.
Yeah, Ed Harris is in it. Jenna Malone, very young, up and coming at the time, was in it.
The big heavy hitters in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Some really good talented actors and actresses are part of it. By the way, Pop says, I will be the Ozzy to anyone's Lita if I close my eyes forever.
I got to meet him.
Oh, gosh. Prepare yourself. I'm warning you. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good, Pops. We love you, brother. Wow. Okay. So I'm trying to think of other popular duet songs that either you or you and myself could perform. I'm trying to think here.
I definitely like Part of Your World. I've always wanted to do that one. I've never done it before. So I'm gonna look in that one.
Well, how about this one? What about Under the Sea?
I don't really do that one. I do the Ariel's songs that she sings, but that one's isn't that the little crab?
Well, it is Sebastian, but we can throw in some Ariel lyrics in there. I'm sure we can create something. I don't know.
We could have a whole Disney musical on our friend group that is singing online together. By the way, I've been thinking about doing a Disney production on Chatter or somewhere because there's so many of us that sing different Disney songs. Get us all together.
That's true. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, and I can sing all the Aladdin songs, and because I grew up on that movie. That's my all-time. That's my number one favorite Disney animated film.
That's one of the best.
That's for sure. And then Pops just says, "Laugh out loud. I will not crash your own show, Ryan. I will have her on a future show."
Yeah, I love the collaborations. I'm excited. I have a full weekend tomorrow. I have a comedy show with like 20 comedians. So I love collaborating and getting on shows and bringing people on mine. So this is where it's at.
There you go. Wow, that's great. Congrats. 20 people, you say? My goodness, that's gonna be one heck of a show in the great state of Texas.
It is. It is.
All
online, so you can tune in just like this and listen from anywhere. So that's the cool part about this too.
Oh, I have to keep that in mind as we go along, for sure. And then he says, "Wow, do you ever record your comedy acts?"
Sometimes that's just definitely a struggle for me because I get out and, get in my material, get in my head and get on stage and sometimes forget, but I try to record as much as often. Usually if I don't get a video set up, I'll record my voice and listen to it afterward and see how I did and where I got the laughs and stuff. So I'm big on recording. I don't always get the video I want though. Sometimes I think I do and my phone falls over or somebody hits it. Oh, all the fun things about going out and doing comedy, I need to get a good setup. That's what this is telling me.
Well, I hear cameras with tripods always work.
Yeah. That's a big goal of mine this year. I'm going to work on getting a tripod.
We got to get you a tripod. You can find plenty of them on Amazon. # not sponsored of this show.
Yeah, I have a couple, but they've literally fallen over in different things. So I just need to find a good stop getting cheap ones maybe and find a good one.
And then Pops just says, oh yeah, we are going to have a lot to talk about. Oh, smiley face emoji, he says. Okay. Goodness gracious, Pops. The wheels are turning in his creative mind.
I like it.
So we can just probably see it. Trying to think. Gosh, there's so much music. All right, well, let me ask you this. You've already mentioned Adora, or not Adora, excuse me, not Adora, gee whiz, but Adele, Norah Jones, some of the other ones. Who are some of your favorite boy bands?
Oh gosh, I sing. That's different, but I love Coldplay. Kings of Leon. I sing a lot of Ed Sheeran too. For some reason, I can cover men sometimes almost better than I can cover women. I don't know what it is, but and then I love learning. I like harmonizing a lot, so I like learning the part I would sing. And there are some songs I just turn on and sing with the guys too. There's a few, I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but there's a few bands on YouTube I get on and harmonize with them a lot with too.
Ooh, interesting, excellent. What is a TV theme song you like to sing?
TV
sing. Yeah, TV. It could be any TV theme song, like the Wonder Years, or
Wonder Years was definitely top.
Or Full House.
Boy Meets World all the way. Boy Meets World all the way.
Boy Meets World. Are there any lyrics in the Boy Meets World theme song? I don't think there are.
Boy Meets World. Aren't you watching it?
Well, yeah, but I haven't watched it in a while, so I totally forgot how the intro goes. I'm sorry.
It gets older and better with them as they age too.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm only in season 3 or 4 right now, so I'm very early in the series. So
yeah, that was a good one. What's another one? I feel like my mind is blanking. That's a good question because there's a lot of nostalgic ones that I'm sure will come rushing to me at some point when we're not here.
Yeah, Family Matters, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is definitely a good one. I actually just started watching Family Matters again. Funny that you said that.
Did I do that? Yeah.
I try to show my son all the things that we thought were funny when we were young. Sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, with these Gen Zers or Gen A, new Gen A's, whatever they're called, I don't know, whatever age your bracket your son falls into. Gen Z, I don't know what they're called. But yeah, things that hit us hard in the 90s don't really go over well with the new kids, but that's all right because some things that worked back in the day may not work now, and that's okay.
I don't know though, because I showed him the show Dinosaurs. Do you remember that from the 90s?
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, not the mama. Yeah. We
binge watched that. He loved it, and it was so relevant. There were funny parts that were relevant today, and then I don't want to give spoilers, but
no,
I forgot the way it ended and even the funny jokes.
I don't even remember watching the ending. I just remember watching all the most of the seasons on reruns, but I never saw how it ended. But someone posted the ending scene on YouTube, and I made the mistake of watching it, and I'm thinking to myself, that's a really sad way to end a show, man. This is a kid's show.
But we all know how it ends, really, if you think about it. So it was actually very dark and funny to me once I
guess.
Now as an adult going back and watching it, a lot of the jokes were dark and funny. So I was just like, this is hilarious. Yeah. And then my son loved it too. I mean, I don't know.
No, it's okay.
Target has the
box.
Little junior and yeah.
Oh yeah, the little box sets maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. I remember Dinosaurs almost like it were yesteryear.
Yeah.
And not the mama, the voice of the baby. is the same voice who voices Elmo in Sesame Street. He was also the voice of Master Splinter in the original TMNT movies, Ninja Turtle movies. And I met him at a Comic-Con, and I said, "Hey, man, I got to ask you, what was your favorite line or favorite scene to record when you guys were shooting TMNT? Because I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan." And he said, "I just like the whole process of it. I just really enjoyed it because working with Jim Henson and his company and his creature shop and his crew, they were some of the most creative, intelligent people in the world." And I said, "Well, I want you to sign this action figure for me, and I want you to sign it with your favorite line from the movie. So which one are you going to sign it with?" He says, "You know what, man? Of all the lines I had to record for those two films, I got to tell you, I'm going to sign it with this." So he signed it in green ink. I kid you not. And it's the last scene. It's the last scene of the first movie, and he says, "I have always liked Cowabunga," and he signed it with that quote and in quotation marks, and then dash Master Splinter dash Kevin Clash, and I'm like, boom, life made. So
Did
and we got.
Did you frame that?
Yeah, well, I got a selfie with him.
Mm.
It's on my Instagram. You can find it. It's on my Instagram.
And you should have that blown up and framed wherever you live.
The action figure and the selfie with him.
The selfie for sure.
Oh, the selfie for sure. Yeah, because I made it's because people wonder why I made the symbol that I made in the photo, because I held up the number 5 because it's 4 turtles and Master Splinter that got mutated by the U's, right? So it's not the Fantastic Four, it's the Fab 5. And because I said, "Hey man, he didn't want to hold up I didn't even ask him if he was going to hold up the 5, but I was like, "It's cool, man, I'll hold it up. People aren't going to understand what it means, but I'll explain it to them." So
you're like,
yeah.
"I'll tell him, it's fine."
It's cool. Yeah. So yeah, Kevin Clash was a great celebrity interaction that I had in my Comic-Con career, and I've been doing this for 13.
Oh, you met him.
Yeah, and I've been going to conventions, Cat, for 13 years.
Oh.
So
You're convincing me because I'm not a big crowd person, but I would totally go to a Comic-Con. There's good things now from you. So
they're a lot of fun. There's a lot of great creative people there, and it's a great networking opportunity.
Yeah, you're right. I like that.
And as we all know, in whatever industry that you're in, networking is crucial, right?
Okay.
The more people you know, the more connections you're going to have in the business, and the more likely people are going to be willing to go to bat for you.
Yeah, that's social currency is a thing now, and it always has been, but it looks a lot different.
This segment of FreeWheeling Fridays is brought to you by our good friends at OwalaWaterBottles.com. No, I'm kidding, because that's probably not an Owala that Cat was just drinking, but it's fine.
Brought to you by Hydro Flask.
Oh, Hydro Flask, whichever it's called. Hashtag not a sponsor of this program. But if you are watching us for the first time, and this is your first time here, don't forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends. And if you're watching us on the replay, thank you so much for doing so. If you have any questions for Kat or myself, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. If you want to keep talking music, because music is the language of the soul. Hashtag.
We keep the music portion going. That portion is sponsored by DJ Ice Mike. So
I noticed you were wearing a very holographic type shirt this evening. Who is Ice Mike? Tell us about who is this gentleman?
Oh, it is my pleasure, because this is one of my dear friends. Ice Mike. I actually met him on Clubhouse as well, doing music rooms. He was always super friendly and inviting. He had like his own like radio show kind of on Clubhouse. You go in there, he'd call you out, and I noticed something really cool about him, and this is why I just get excited to promote him or talk about him. Wear a shirt. He always played artists that came in. He'd play their music, and you'd get to hear out loud them realize he was playing their music, and he still does that. So we're all in chatter together, and Ice Mike, I don't know how it got brought up, but he's like, we should really collaborate and do comedy shows. And so we're doing our 4th one tomorrow together, but he's continued to just like really be supportive of artists, not just music, but as comedians as well. So it's been a really fun collaboration for me. So I proudly wear his shirt, and that's my friend, and I'm very honored to work with him. And to keep it going, because it's been growing, and each show has been more and more exciting. So I'm looking forward to learning all to streaming and learning all things multi-stream, so I can these are some of my friends that I've met in real life. So I like getting their content out there as well. So I'm learning this for me, but I love connecting people and promoting my friends. So he does that with me, and I think we make a great team. So yeah. There we go. This section sponsored by
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's okay. You can say it if you want. It's fine. I'm sure the executives in the backstage area watching us right now wouldn't mind. Madness Entertainment Group says networking is key.
It is.
And then he also goes on to say, promote thyself, promote each other. It's madness.
Mad.
as she willikers, as one might say. Speaking of which, you talk about DJ Ice Mike, which, by the way, DJ Ice Mike, if you're watching this, hope everything's well for you, brother. And it's funny though, because when I was growing up, all I knew was Vanilla Ice. I never knew anyone else. But now we got Ice Mike. So Vanilla Ice is so 1991. Ice Mike is today.
Love that reference though.
I'm sure he probably has heard it a bunch of times in his life, and certainly his career as being a DJ. I mean, this guy's been doing it for like what, decades now?
Yeah.
So, or over a decade, I think. My Ice Mike has been doing it. I don't know.
He's opening up for Ludacris this year, so I need to give him his flowers. He's out there, and I am like a little peon compared to all you guys who I just look at. I'm just always impressed by the people I meet, like just networking, like we're talking about. So it's yeah.
I mean, listen, we're just simple. You and I are just simple people trying to make their way in the universe. But another thing I'd like to point out is, aside from the fact that we're getting so many comments in this chat, promoting independent creators is the foundation of this network, says Pops. There you go. So you're welcome. Awesome sauce. With that being said, we would like to support other people who support us. So we have this very special presentation for you. So take a look. Well, talk about running wild with the animal kingdom. Cindy Kep, a good friend of ours, check her out at CKOEPP.com. She's got something for everybody, including, as you saw in that promo just now, kid-friendly comics. So maybe your son would like Animal Eye. Who knows?
Oh, I bet he would. He likes the comic book world, so.
Well, you might as well just take down notes, write down Cindy Kep's website, and check it out. Maybe you and your loved ones would appreciate. Who knows? To each their own, as they say. Boy, there's so much music. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. What other songs have I sang at karaoke? Well, here's one for you. Bon Jovi's You Give Love a Bad Name.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've sung that one at karaoke. I've also sung Rock You Like a Hurricane by our good friends the Scorpions.
See, you do the fast, fun songs. People like you should do karaoke. I do the slow acoustic songs.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. Here's another one for you. Have you ever considered singing the song Forever Young?
That's a good one. You know what? That's a really good range, too, I feel like, for me.
Forever Young. Yeah. That might be an interesting one. I'm just saying. Let's see here. Our sponsors are also independent creators. Okay. Finers are Rebellion. Fingers going to stop typing that. He's just being silly. All good, man.
No, I love it. We're all passionate about, like, not just what we do, but each other. And that's what makes the difference, I think.
Well, that's...
World, yeah.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, Forever Young's a good one you may want to look in on. Let's see. I'm trying to think. So much music.
We are the rebellion, if you need this put in Star Wars terms.
That's very true. And as our friend Jin Urso said, rebellions are built on hope. So, yeah. Yeah, rebels, aren't you? That's another thing she says. And it's funny because in the trailer that's not included in the film of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, she says, this is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel. She doesn't say that in the final cut. She only says it in the trailer. I'm like, doggone it. That would have been great in the movie.
Yeah, that's a really good quote. And I quote.
It's a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel. That's what we do. We rebel.
That's like the theme of my life. By accident. It's not purposeful. It's just...
Oh, I was going to say, do you care to elaborate on that for the rest of the class?
No, I'm just weird. I mean, here we are.
Well, you know, there was a TV series when you and I were younger called Wild and Crazy Kids on Nickelodeon. Did you ever see that?
Oh, I probably wasn't allowed to watch it. Sounds like something I wouldn't be allowed to watch.
It was a series of games. It was a game show, Kat.
No, kids are to be seen and not heard. I'm just kidding. I love my parents. I didn't have Nickelodeon probably until I was in high school. So
You missed out on all the fun then, because you missed out on Wild and Crazy Kids. You missed out on Rugrats and Doug and Hey
I did
Arnold.
watch Rugrats when I would go to friends' houses, and that was my favorite. I liked Doug too, Patty Mayonnaise.
Doug. I met the voice actor from Doug.
But didn't they have a weird song?
No, it was just do 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 do. By the way, what about the other one, the female-led show, Clarissa Explains It All? Na 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 na.
Hey
You
Arnold.
remember that one?
I remember Hey Arnold. See, I watched some of these.
All right, I'll send you the links to the intros to Clarissa Explains It All and Doug, so you can get you can familiarize yourself with some of the
Never heard
music.
of Clarissa Explains It All. I don't know what that one is.
That was a great show. What was her name? Melissa Joan Hart, who was also Sabrina the Teenage Witch during the 80s.
That one.
Well, that's her. She's the same actress in this show that you and your son may enjoy, which you can stream right now on Paramount Plus, I want to say.
Ooh, that's one we have because SpongeBob's there. And
Okay, well, all the Nickelodeon shows are there, including Clarissa Explains It All. So feel free to look it up. It's probably sitting there waiting for you to binge watch. Just throwing that out. See, look at this. She's taking notes, fans. She's
really
taking notes.
Every time he talks.
She tends to bring a giant notepad every time she shows up to our studio because she knows that I'm going to give her stuff to be educated on and she can learn from. And hence the reason she's like, you know what, Ryan? I'm going to do myself a favor. I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. I'm going to look at it tomorrow morning.
Don't ever follow up, okay? I mean, people get their feelings hurt when they follow up on things I'm supposed to remember and do.
I believe in you. You can do it. I'm going to give you a list, but you'll figure it out.
I actually did start watching Wonder Years again too, but my son wasn't interested in that. And then I realized there were a lot of older kid themes. So I was like, I'll watch this one by myself. And yeah,
Okay.
Matters.
Okay. It's fine. Whatever works. Let's see here. The Cheers theme song is a good one.
Cheers theme song?
Yeah, it's the place where everybody goes to know your name. The Cheers from the original sitcom Cheers, the one with Ted Danson and Woody Harrelson. You don't remember that?
Nope. Is that on cable? Because
it's on Paramount.
Oh yeah, when I was younger, I feel like I didn't get. Yeah, like I said, my dad didn't have cable for the longest time, so it was always like TGIF shows, whatever was on TGIF.
Mm-hmm.
Improvement. That was the best show. Actually, I like that one.
No. That's true. I'm not going to argue that point. Pop says, please check out the Madness YouTube channel, which is located here. Every playlist is in a different show, so there is something for everyone.
Ooh, okay.
The link's there in the chat if you want to grab that and put that on your web browser at some point or whenever. Fabulous. I'm trying to think. What other songs have we sang at karaoke events? I'm trying to think of something else we've done. I did sing the Jim Carrey version of, Somebody to Love by Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, see, you do all the good songs.
I know. This is why you and I need to go to karaoke bars and just hang out with everybody more often. It would be a lot of fun.
Out more often, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that's a good reason to go out, though.
It is because I'm sure I'm sure sitting at home crunching numbers as a CPA it's like, oh my gosh, this is draining.
I want to make dark jokes, but no, if I'm at home, usually I am singing. I like to keep work at work. And,
yeah, I noticed that because every time you sing, I get a notification on my phone that's saying, hey, studio vibes, studio vibes, studio vibes, studio vibes. And I'm like, don't you have a 9 to 5 you have to work every day? And then Kat says to me, no, I don't work 9 to 5. I just sing whenever I want. I'm like, okay.
That's why it's at like 11 at night sometimes.
Oh, that's right. I get the text when I'm almost falling asleep, or when I'm at work, because I work 9 o'clock Eastern time at night to 5 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. So I get your text, and I can't really listen because I have to focus on what I'm doing at work because I'm unloading the truck and putting the freight out on the sales floor, just to keep everybody apprised of what I'm doing. And when I go into my phone, I see I got notifications saying Kat's in the studio vibes. I'm like, I'm missing everything.
Nah, it's just I'm trying to tinker with going live a bit. I want to learn all the multi-streaming and stuff. It's a slow process. The reason I have Lori's house behind me is I have this like sound equipment galore around me. So
that's okay.
Like unboxing threw up here or something, but I'm always plugging things in and figuring out what I want to do next. Go from singing to doing podcast stuff. So I'm trying to figure out the best setup all the time. It's slow. Lots of wires.
No. Hey, whatever you got to do is completely understandable. And virtual backgrounds are, cool when you need to use them. Hence the reason we got this one here, and then Kat's got hers. So,
yeah, at Lori's house, so we can all hang out.
Lori's house. Yeah, Lori's house. We can all hang out together. Lori, we missed you. Hope everything's going well for you, Lori. She actually is, I think her Kickstarter is still going on right now online. If not, it's in the process of finishing up. Or I think it's got another week or so left, Pops. I'm not sure. She writes a Western comic book series called Path of the Pale Rider. So if you're into Clint Eastwood Westerns meets iZombie meets Night of the Living Dead, that's the comic book series that she is putting out with each Kickstarter campaign, which you can find on Kickstarter.com. Lori Calcaterra's title is called Path of the Pale Rider. So
combining Western and iZombie, my mind is stuck there.
Zombies.
I like iZombie. I just watched iZombie last year.
Yeah, it's creepy.
I loved it.
Yeah, I don't like scary stuff. Nothing against Lori, but I'm not the biggest fan of horror. But I respect everything that she's doing. And by the way, Kickstarter is still going on. Here is the Kickstarter link in case you, Kat, want to check out what Lori is doing on Kickstarter.com.
Awesome.
Which is Path of the Pale Rider issues numbers 1 through 6. 6 issues, floppies. Yeah. And she says it's more like Cocaine Bear meets Shaun of the Dead.
What's Cocaine Bear?
Mm-hmm. There's a giant bear featured in the comic book series of Path of the Pale Rider. I kid you not.
Oh, wow. I'm more.
Yeah, it's true. Pops is speaking the truth. He knows what he's doing.
iZombie, Cocaine Bear. I'm just.
Shaun of the Dead.
My brain is exploding right now.
Called Shaun of the Dead.
So.
Gee willikers. Anywho, trying to think of some other pieces of great music out there. I've sang Aerosmith.
Oh, that's a good one.
Aerosmith's Dream On. I didn't hit the high pitch though, because I can't hit the high pitch. When he does, Dream On, that loud part towards the end of the song, Cat, I can't do it.
One of my favorite songs to sing, speaking of Madness Network, it's Mad World. It's such a good one.
Oh, it's a mad world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's very ambiance. Woody says, hello to Pops, Ryan, and the guest known as Catway. Hello, Woody. Good to see you, a.k.a. Sheriff Woody.
Oh.
From Toy Story. Well, his name is Woody, but I just said, hey, it's Woody from Toy Story. I'm just being silly. But yeah, his name is actually Woody. It's good to see you, man. Hope everything's well. And then Madness Entertainment Group says, I wish I could sing Tyler when I was at the age of 20. Steven Tyler. Mm-hmm.
Such a high pitch. I can't even.
I can't do it either. Hence the reason I don't even try that last verse. Within the song of Dream On, to be more specific. Just throwing that out there. Trying to think, what other... Gosh, there's so much music. But those are some of the pieces of music that I can think of that I really like.
What is my favorite? So this wouldn't be an answer to your question of what song I go sing karaoke to.
No, that's okay.
Favorite song of all time that I sing a lot at home is Imagine by John Lennon. So that's a good nostalgic song.
All you need is love. John Lennon, smart man, shot in the back, very sad. That's a line from Independence Day with Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum wasn't the one who said it. It was Judd Hirsch who said it, but still, I digress. But yeah, John Lennon. Oh, by the way, did you know Forrest Gump was on the same talk show as John Lennon was back in the 70s?
No.
Or 60s? Yeah. Did you ever see the movie Forrest Gump?
Yes, I did see that.
Well, there's a scene where he's sitting with John Lennon on the Dick Cavett show.
Oh.
That was CGI, of course, but it was very funny the way they incorporated that.
Okay.
Into the movie. It was very funny because he says, Forrest Gump, John Lennon, welcome home. Yeah, could you tell us what was traveling overseas like? Where I was, they don't got nothing at all. No possession. John Lennon was saying that. That was
I like what you put there. I see this full circle now.
Hey, look at this. They tell me there's no problems, only solutions, said John Lennon. Mm-hmm. That's right. There's no problems, only solutions. Well, here, you know what? That's a good segue, Madness Entertainment Group. Thank you for pointing that out. What is a motivational phrase or quote or speech that you enjoy or are a big proponent of, Kat?
Ooh, this is a good one. I think lately I've been thinking about this one a lot. It is, I just said this the other day, and I probably cannot quote the whole thing correctly, but it's not the critic who counts. It's the quote that starts like that. And the idea of the quote is that it's actually the people in the ring with, so it's like a boxing or fighting match, and you have the dirt and grime under your nails and you're actually doing the things. They're the people who count, not the critics. So I go back to that one a lot. I think just to kind of give me motivation to keep fighting, even though I'm enjoying doing artwork. It can be a critical space to move in. So, and not just from other people, but even myself. So I go back to that quote to fight my inner demons and fight the loud chaos around me. I love that one. That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, I just, he Madness Entertainment Group brought the one up by John Lennon. So, I thought that was really cool. Sorry, I was just making a note here. Someone is, we're just being silly over here. But anyway, let's see here. Motivational quotes. Let's go with this one. This one is from our good friend. He's still around, thank goodness, because he has said a lot of great things in his career. So let's give credit where credit is due. His name is Rocky Balboa. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's only been around for like 50 years. And he said in a little indie film called Rocky Balboa, I don't know if you've ever heard of this one, but he says, it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward, because that's how winning is done.
That's a really good quote.
So do you like that one, Kat? Do you think that one's good?
Super dark, but it's super true. Wow. I'm going to add to my list. Can I read this one? I pulled it up.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It says, you never know with the internet, but it says Theodore Roosevelt is the one who did the quote. But also, I forgot what book Brene Brown brought this quote in, and it made me love it more. But it says, it's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of the deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood. We'll leave it there. Yeah. So just as dark.
That's a bit dark. Yeah, that's an image that's going to keep me up tonight. But anyway, no.
We're getting blood on our knuckles tonight. That's what we're doing.
Well, hey, Rocky says, the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. That's how good Rocky Balboa is. And if you've never seen the movie Rocky Balboa, Kat, I strongly advise you to sit down and watch it.
All right.
It's really good.
Actually, since I brought up Brene Brown, I have several quotes from her I like. One that gets me through in the art world is courage over comfort. I'm pretty sure she used to say a lot, and I love that one. Yeah,
that's another good one. That's good. Woody says, I was actually born in the year that Walter Lance's Woody Woodpecker cartoon first aired on national television. Wow, that's a fun fact about you, Woody. I did not know. Woody Woodpecker. And then Madison Entertainment Group's
like the live action versions of things like Woody Woodpecker. It's very nostalgic. Sorry about that.
No, it's cool. No. Woody Woodpecker, I grew up on reruns of it. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but it was fun while it lasted. Nothing against you, Woody, the real life person. And then Madison Entertainment Group says, my father told me question everything and follow the money. Still resonates.
As a CPA, I put my little stamp. I put my stamp on that one. Follow the money is.
Follow the money. Or in the words of Jerry Maguire, show me the money.
True.
Yeah. Woody says, love Burgess Meredith as the character of Mickey from the Rocky films. Yeah, he was good, man. He was good. We lost him many years ago, but R.I.P. to Mickey. Or should I say Burgess Meredith, more specifically. Trying to think here. There's so many good ones. Here's something. And I'll share this with you. I think I've shared this with you once before on social media. Maybe I either texted it to you or I sent it to you in a DM, whichever it was. I can send it to you again. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the most electrifying man in sports and entertainment, also known as The Rock. You know who Dwayne Johnson is, right? I'm assuming. Okay, so Dwayne Johnson said, one of the things that works for me is that when I go into these big moments of my life and my career that are about to happen, whether a big movie comes out, a WrestleMania match, a big main event, it's going down, back in the days when I was wrestling with WWE, anything big that would happen, I would always take a moment and I would think about the hard times, and it allows me to be present and in the moment. For instance, this is stuff I dreamed of when I was a little kid. I am here. I've worked for this moment, and here it is right in front of me. And I got to think of all the hard times I had to suffer through to get me here to this point. So, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but some of the things he brings up is, when he was evicted, some of the times he was arrested multiple times by the time he was 16 years old. He got cut from the Canadian Football League, and he went through a lot of struggles.
Time out. He's Canadian?
No. He used to play when he was playing football. He was playing for the Canadian Football League at one point.
Oh, that's a surprise to me. I didn't know that one. I didn't know a lot of this, actually. That's really interesting.
He was a football player long before he was ever a pro wrestler.
But Canadian has... Okay.
No. He played for the University of Miami in Florida. Played with great teams. And then he tried out and he got into the Canadian Football League. And Warren Sapp and Ray Lewis were his teammates at the time. They were balling.
I knew he played football, but not all that. Wow.
Yeah, there's a motivational speech that he gives about his backstory in football and how he got into wrestling, and like he's got to remember the hard times because it allows him to be present in the moment of the big moments that are happening. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link to the speech.
Did he take over WWE? Is he part owner?
He's sort of kind of part owner, yeah, with TKO, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a cool. I've actually watched a couple of wrestling things lately, so I've been like enjoying seeing him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was on SmackDown tonight. The Rock was. I haven't seen the segment he was involved with yet, but I got to get on that. Let's see. SmackDown. Madness Entertainment Group says, "Cut me, Mick." That's a line from Rocky, and then going to derail the show with Balboa-isms. Well, hey, listen, I can't help it if I like Rocky Balboa, man.
My brother loved that, so bring it on.
Okay. And then Woody says, "What position did Dwayne The Rock Johnson play when he was playing football?" He was starting defensive tackle. So you can.
Your brain is full of facts.
Yeah, so you can write that one down, Woody. He was a starting defensive tackle, but then Warren Sapp and Ray Lewis were his teammates at the time he was playing, and they were balling. And then Dwayne says Warren Sapp was playing tight end, and then they moved him over to D line, and then he looked at me and he said, "Yo, I'm going to take your spot." I said, "You're not taking my spot." He said, "I'm going to take your spot." I said, "No, you ain't." We battled, and he took my spot.
Can you imagine The Rock running at you to tackle you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't, but there are images of it on social media you can probably find of him playing football for the University of Miami, the Miami Hurricanes in Miami, Florida. So anyway, I don't even know where we're going with this. But with that being said, I think Kat and I need to take something known as a deep breath, relax, enjoy ourselves, enjoy being present here and within the show and in the moment. And we also want to share our appreciation for all these great artists that are out there, such as these. Once again, images are going to keep me up tonight, Pops. Thanks for bringing that up. Well, if you like horror, feel free to enjoy it. Good Lord.
I don't usually, but I'll watch something if it gets like all the rave, like It. I just watched I can't even say it right, Nosferatu or something.
Nosferatu.
I can't say it ever.
No, it's called Nosferatu. It's streaming on Peacock. Someone just brought that up in a Discord server that I'm a part of, which is it's for writers. Actually,
I need to learn Discord. I have one, and I'm on people's servers, but I have no idea how to use that app. I'm not.
All right. We can help you with that for sure. And the Madness Entertainment Group comments by saying Slaughterville is a graphic novel, a tabletop game, an RPG. It's a huge world to play within. Okay. Once again, images are going to keep me up tonight. Thanks, Pops. That being said. Aside from motivational quotes, what else motivates you? Is it your love of what you're doing? Is it a family member? Is it a friend? Anything else that motivates you aside from the music?
Oh my gosh.
Or something that keeps you motivated?
Yeah, I'm deciding what direction to go because there's so many different little things in my life that motivate me. Of course, first and foremost, as I think any parent could relate to, my son. I just think about, on a large scale, what I want to leave him in the world. So that doesn't necessarily always translate into money, but there is legacy in building communities and networking and just showing him what it means to have fun in life still, even as an adult. I think that's been a really cool part of parenthood, because it's easy to get bogged down in working and all the monotony of life. But I like to tell him about my shows. He actually recently was confused and thought I did comedy for a career, and I had to be like, no, I do that because I like it. The other stuff is work. So even my artwork motivates my work and vice versa. So I like doing something that I can support myself with, but then I have a little freedom with my artwork. It's not stressful. Other side person who is not alive, my grandmother, she was a big inspiration behind me actually putting my poetry out. And I think I put my poetry like in a pseudonym at first, and it was using her middle name and a little wordplay, because she had written me. My grandmother was an amazing woman. Even going blind, she wrote all of my cousins and me like these little notes. And her note to me before she died was about my eyes. And so I named my poetry name BB Ann Hazel after her. And I don't know what I'll do with that, but I just enjoy putting it on my poetry when I make like a piece of digital art, because she really inspired me and always supported me as a young kid. I always felt like I was like a little weirdo, but she just made me feel like loved and accepted. Taught me some of the hard lessons I needed to learn, taught me my manners, all the good things that a grandmother does. But she was also just one of the strongest people I know. And as I get older, I get really excited to learn about the things that my grandparents and parents did. So that brings this full circle to where our kids are watching us now, but they're also going to get curious about our life. So all of that just inspires me to do better every day and to create joy whenever I can, whether that's at home or out doing comedy or even in little moments with singing and poetry, because the world might suck the joy out, but I think it's great to be an artist and create the joy. So yeah, anyways, I know that was long-winded, but we go on about the inspiring parts of life.
No, it's all good. We appreciate it here for sure. And thank you for sharing that with us. Madness Entertainment Group goes on to say, once again, we have a show hosted by characters created in Slaughterville. Check the playlist. It's called Killer Karen.
Killer Karen. Oh, no.
So not just any Karen. Not that Karen, and not the other Karen they're thinking of right now, but it's Killer Karen.
Killer Karen and the Pale Ghost Rider, or what was it, Pale Rider?
Well, Path of the Pale Rider is a different comic book series. It's not related to Slaughterville, but then he also says created in the Slaughterville RPG, which stands for role-playing game.
Oh.
There you go.
Dungeons and Dragons culture a little bit.
Potentially, yes. D&D, as one might say. Roll a D20, why don't you? Just throwing that out there. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Trying to think here. Goodness gracious, so many great questions. I know, I feel like we've answered almost all of them. No, I'm kidding. Let me ask you this. If money was no object, what would you be doing right now? If you didn't have to worry about money and all the other things that are going on behind the scenes, what would you want to be doing right now? Would it be stand-up comedy the rest of your life? Would it be traveling the world? Would it be publishing your poetry for millions of readers to read around the world? What would you be doing?
Oh God, that is the question of. That's so funny. Okay, not to get super spiritual and woo-woo, but this is just in alignment with where my mind has been. And I've actually been doing different affirmations around money and around like the one I did this week with my friend Shannon. She's in Canada actually, but she was doing affirmations with a group of us, and she said, I share my gifts freely with the world. And that actually is what I'd be doing. I would be sharing creating with other people. So that would be traveling, that would be you know what, for my boss, I feel like I should say I would be doing accounting, but that would be a part of it, because obviously you got to make money to live. but I think the purpose is in the creating and the sharing gifts freely. So if money was no issue at all, I'd definitely be going as many places as I could, learning about other people, because that's part of sharing, right? Is listening and learning. So learning and giving what I could back. So sometimes that's cringy jokes. Sometimes it's poetry. I love singing with other people. So I'd be making bands all over, I think, too.
All right. I dig it. Mic drop moment right here. If I had the clip, I would have it incorporated into this set. I apologize, I don't have it here right now, but still, I digress. No, exactly, mic drop, ching, or whatever it's called. So, no, it's very, very good. That's very, very good stuff. Oh gosh. All right. I mean, if money was no object for me, I like to do a lot of traveling because I haven't been around to many places in my life.
Where would you go?
I mean, here's the biggest problem I have. I'm not big on flying, so I would have to fly over to this place to get there because you can't swim like Aquaman, and I don't have those kind of powers yet. So I'd like to go to Hawaii at some point. Hawaii is on the list. Plus, a lot of TV shows and films were made there, so that would be nice to visit some of the what do you call it? Shooting locations, right? Like Hawaii 5-0 was filmed there, obviously.
Jurassic Park. We covered this with Deja.
Yeah, we did. We did. Jurassic Park was filmed there. Yeah. But your scientists were so preoccupied to think they could, they didn't stop to think that they should. Ian Malcolm is the man.
That's probably the most beautiful place I've ever been, is where Jurassic Park was filmed. That was really spectacular. I don't even use that word, but it was really.
I was going to say, I haven't heard you use the word real or spectacular in the same sentence in a very long time. So.
I like words.
You like words? Well, you write them down every single day, right? I mean, well, let me ask you this. Do you write something down every day? Do you write a piece of poetry every day? Do you write a short story every day? What do you do?
I write a to-do list every day so I don't forget. And then
that's all you write, or to-do list?
All the things on. Do I write every day? I wish I could say yes to this, but I do some kind of creating every day. If that's singing or writing, or I'll go back to some of my old poems and edit them a lot, or just meditate on where I was then and how could I make it better or more positive now. Wake up.
No, I'm awake. I'm here. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It happens sometimes. Sorry. It's just a natural human reaction / body function. But whatever, I'm fine.
Reminding you, it's the weekend. It's time to party with my water.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. It's happy hour somewhere, right, guys? So
right.
Let's go to the bar and do some line dancing. Maybe some square dancing in Texas. I don't know. Do they still do line dancing or square dancing in Texas? I don't know.
Oh my God. Somebody asked this morning. One of my friends in Houston was saying their kids learn square or line dances at school. And I was like, whoa, that's super country.
It is super country. Big and Rich would have a field day with that one.
It sounds fun too.
Have you ever line danced before? Have you ever done it?
Oh, I grew up doing that. But when I went to school, we learned the Tootsie Roll, I'm pretty sure, and Choo Choo Train and YMCA randomly.
YMCA we learned when I was in school, if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah, and then getting older, I grew up on the border of Louisiana and Texas. So put it in perspective, it's the Bible Belt. But you went over to Louisiana and things stayed open till 6 a.m. So.
We went down by the bayou. Yeah.
Exactly.
we went to the French Quarter. Yeah. We went down to Bourbon Street.
Yeah. Dancing was fun.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of dancing do you like? Do you like just like maybe not square dancing, maybe not line dancing, but just like I'm trying to think what's the proper word to say.
My grandmother actually traveled and square danced. Fun fact about her.
Really?
My grandma did that. Yes, like squared, like legit. She made these big, fluffy, pretty skirts.
No kidding.
Yeah. My favorite dancing, I actually really like line dancing. It's really fun. Everybody gets on the dance floor. But I grew up hip hop dancing. I really like
MC Hammers, Can't Touch This, maybe?
Yeah. I don't know. There's some kind of cool flow about the lyrics and hip hop dancing. Never was big on country dancing, but it's a fun one to watch.
It is.
Cotton Eye Joe,
Yeah. Joe. Yeah, I remember that song.
There's a few good ones.
True, I remember that song all too well. Madison Entertainment Group says we took the characters and gave them a show called, Interviewing Creatives, Laugh Out Loud, regarding the stuff, the Killer Karen stuff we talked about earlier. So much Killer Karen. I think I'm actually supposed to be featured in an upcoming episode of Killer Karen at one point. So,
oh, really? Are you like the kill, or
I'm gonna be a meta version of Jeff Goldblum. Because I have the glasses, I have the mannerisms, with the hands and the fingers, the way he moves, the way he talks. I can talk softly, I can talk.
I'll be an extra if they need like people to murder.
Yeah, I can be. I talk softly like Jeff Goldblum does. Plus, he did an interview many years ago on SNL when he was on a sketch with Will Ferrell where it was called "Hi everybody, Harry Carey here, and welcome to Space, the Infinite Frontier. We got a great show lined up for you. Join us in the studio today, all the way from Caltech, is astrophysicist Dr. Kent Waller. Welcome to the show, Kent." Thank you very much. It's good to be here. Yeah, so I can easily pull off a Jeff Goldblum. It's not that hard.
I believe in you. You did a good.
Well, the one I just did was Harry Carey. That had nothing to do with Jeff Goldblum just now, but
that was a really good voice. Whatever that was.
That was Harry Carey. That was Will Ferrell as Harry Carey.
I love Will Ferrell.
Well, there you go. Woody says, I used to contra dance when I lived in the great state of North Carolina. I lived in North Carolina too, Woody, believe it or not. That's a fun fact for you. I lived in North Carolina for a while. It's kind of a circular dance, a lot like a square dance kind of thing, but he also says it's great for meeting people. So...
yeah, my grandparents, they ended up getting like a travel trailer, and they would go, based on square dancing, go visit places. And so they had a whole group of friends all over.
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so that brings me to another question. Kind of segues into the next portion of the show. What is it like going to a rodeo in Texas? What's it like out there? Is there bull riding? Is there something else going on?
My brain lately. I was telling someone about this recently. I've been a couple of times. They're really interesting and fun. Just a little smelly sometimes.
Yes.
I mean, I grew up around a lot of we had the fair back home, but I live in San Antonio now, so of course the rodeo is a big thing. It's really fun to go and experience it. I always go for the music. Sometimes, like when I do go, they'll have like artists come in and perform, so it still smells like. Can I cuss? Almost.
Yeah, you can. It's FreeWheeling Fridays. Nobody cares.
Well, it just was, cow patties, we'll say, whatever, everywhere. But it's a good time. They have a lot of vendors, a lot of food, so it's like a big fair, basically. But then with the animal portion, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's some of them that make you question why it happens. Like the little kids will ride ghosts, or not goats, but I think it's pigs or something, and fall off. But they have fun, so it's okay. It's really competitive. Some of the sports are really fun to actually watch when you get into it and look at the skill it must take to tame a whole horse and do barrel racing and yeah, interesting stuff.
I was going to say barrel racing must be involved in this.
Yeah, no, I mean there's the bull stuff too. Like it's really cool to watch. Actually, I would never risk my life that way.
No, but
do it.
Have you ever tried the mechanical bull at the bars?
Nope. I like my back, so.
Understandably so. Madison Entertainment Group says, my son and I both rode a bull once, and that was it.
Yeah, they'll let the kids do, I forget if it's like goats or pigs or something, but it's actually pretty funny because they'll just fall right off.
And then Woody says, that's an awesome thing to watch a man riding a bull or an angry horse.
Yeah, the Bucking Broncos or whatever it is.
Jeez, Pops.
It really is. I haven't been in a while. You are making me want to go this year because it's kind of, I remember moving here and going a couple of times to bring my parents and stuff. And it's definitely it's a big production. I mean,
it is.
Yeah, like the AT&T Center, it fills up with people, and there's a lot of people that go.
We have a lot of friends that live in the great state of Texas, so we'll have to pay him a visit.
Yes,
maybe. I've never been to Texas, so I would like to visit Texas and see all my friends, including the wonderful accomplished singer known as Cat White. That would be nice. So,
well, there's always Comic-Cons here, so.
Yes, which is another thing that my friend G, who lives not too far away in the state. She's in Texas. She's in Katy, Texas, I think. She's over there, and she tells me about all these Comic Cons. I'm like, yes, I know. There's Houston Comic Palooza. There's Texas Comic Palooza. There's San Antonio Comic. There's all these. And I'm like, yeah, I know. There's a lot of conventions in Texas. How do I know this? Because I read the papers on social media, okay? I see the Instagram posts from Texas saying, we have all these Comic-Cons. Why aren't you here? And I'm like, because Texas is here, and Maryland is all the way up here, which is where I am. Maryland and Texas are like 1,500 miles apart.
That's a good day drive. If you don't like flying too.
I don't like flying. I would prefer to drive, but at the same time, if I'm driving, it'd probably take me 3 days to get to Texas because I'm going to need rest. So
I've done that drive full before, but I wasn't driving.
You weren't driving, which is understandable. Amanda Entertainment says, I was at the age of 19. It was something my friends and I were doing, so I did it. My son just likes to challenge himself. Oh, touche. Lori will be at Texoma Comic-Con this weekend. Texoma Comic-Con. Well, congrats to Lori, and I hope you sell lots of comics while you're there at Texoma. So,
I can't believe I've never been to one. I remember the guy from Arrow. What's his name?
You mean Stephen Amell?
Yeah, he's so cute. He was here one time.
He's your Hollywood crush, isn't he? You can say it. It's okay. There's no shame.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, you wouldn't go that far to say he's one of your Hollywood crushes?
No. I don't have those.
You don't have one?
I'll never tell.
No, she's playing us, guys. She's got some Hollywood.
I'll proudly say this. Him and his wife actually know. I loved Ashton Kutcher. It was That 70s Show and Dude, Where's My Car? I think just because he was so funny, and then the fact that him and Mila actually got married. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All
right, so we know two of Kat's Hollywood crushes: Ashton Kutcher and Stephen Amell. Which, by the way, Stephen Amell is going to drop his new.
Mila. No, it's Ashton and Mila.
Oh, Ashton and Mila. Sorry, never mind. Anyway, long story short, Stephen Amell has a brand new TV series that's going to drop on Sunday night. It's called Suits LA, which is a spinoff of the hit drama series Suits. So it's going to drop on Sunday night, 9/8 Central on NBC. Hashtag not a sponsor of this show. I'm excited. I think Suits LA looks really good.
If I had a real crush, I would have went to see him. I should have, though. I do regret. That's a regret of mine. I'm gonna have to go to one of these Comic-Cons one day. Thor is there. I'm there.
If Chris Hemsworth is in the building, Kat will be not far behind. All right. Well, let me call my non-existent contacts in Hollywood and see if I can get Chris Hemsworth to be on this show with us right now, or maybe we can get him on the next one.
Yeah, I'm not a horror movie person, but I just watched Mad Max just because Hemsworth was in it. And
well, that was Oh, that's right, Mad Max, the Furiosa spinoff.
Furiosa,
movie,
yes. That one's even a little scary for me, but I was like, oh my god, I have to watch this. I mean,
Chris Hemsworth with a beard and he's ripped.
Yeah, shirt off the whole time. I mean,
we know how Kat White was feeling in that moment. We certainly know where Kat White and what she was feeling for 2.5 hours.
I don't go for psychopaths anymore, but him and and the world that's built there, he's pretty hot. I mean, he's from Gastown. I mean, he owns the whole oil and gas industry there, basically.
What are we going to do with her? What are we going to do with Kat here? Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take another sip of that hydro flask. We're going to take another deep breath for ourselves because, goodness gracious, we've run the gamut here. But also, we want to support our good friends over here, such as these. I'm really sensing a pattern here that this network and everyone involved in it loves horror. And
I'm in that pattern as well. I thought you were a big horror fan. Like,
no, I respect the genre for what it is. I do, and I've watched some scary movies in my lifetime, and I've watched some that are even scarier than the average person could endure. But I'm not the biggest horror movie fan. I like movies. I just not the biggest fan of horror. But I respect the genre for what it is, and there's a lot of people who work in that craft. So
yeah,
give
I
credit
would
were.
work in it before I'd watch it. The watching it, no, especially ghost and like witchy stuff or like demonic stuff. Oh.
Do you remember the song "Witchy Woman"? Witchy Woman.
Mm.
You remember that? You don't remember that one?
Mm.
Witchy Woman. No.
But I relate, so.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: what's your favorite character to dress up as for Halloween? A witch?
I always go as a cat, but if I do venture from that, I like doing like a Harley Quinn, like a villainous woman.
Is that your favorite DC villain? Is Harley Quinn?
She's one of them. I don't know. It's not a DC, but I always liked like Maleficent or like the ones that you can like understand, you know, like even like in WandaVision when they go a little rogue, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. There's nothing wrong with that. Madness Entertainment Group says, I think it is horror creators understand marketing. Sponsors are very much welcome here. Yes, they are. We appreciate every single one of them. It's just you're giving me images. You're going to keep me up tonight. Give me nightmares.
We're just babies.
we're just babies compared to these people, Pops.
You don't know. I don't know if you can relate with this, but I have very vivid dreams and an imagination. So when I watch something scary and I go walk my dog outside, you know, just everything's coming at me, and I have to walk very briskly inside sometimes when I watch something scary. I admitted that just now.
No, it's fine. It's hey, this is FreeWheeling Fridays. We can admit and say whatever we want, and the censors aren't going to give us any trouble because it's Friday. We ain't got no job, and we ain't got shit to do. See what I did there? Just dropped it for you. Woody says Margaret Hamilton, top witch. Okay, interesting. Interesting, top witch. Well, when I was a kid, when Halloween used to be a thing, because nowadays I could care less. But when I was a kid, I dressed up as Batman one year.
Ooh.
That was fun. And then the next year I dressed up as a Power Ranger because Power Rangers was very big in my house, especially me.
What color?
I think I dressed up as the Red Ranger, if not the black one. It was one or the other. I think it was the Black Ranger though. Mastodon! You know, that was the OG Black Ranger right there was Mastodon. And then the Red Ranger was Tyrannosaurus, you know.
Power Rangers is really popular, I feel like. And they still remake things that are like Power Rangers. That when I was doing cartoons with my kid when he was younger, I was like, this is like a remake of Power Rangers.
Has he seen Power Rangers though?
There was one, yeah, he watched one of the older ones where they were like dinosaur, or they would morph into dinosaur. Like,
yeah, it's Mighty Morphin. That's the original.
Yeah, so that was on Netflix back in the day. And then they had like little spin-offs of that. And so we would watch them. They had like I don't remember the show, but it was like a Japanese type anime type show. And they were like these little creatures instead of Power Rangers. It was interesting. I for some reason wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers growing up.
Why? Too violent?
I don't know if it was witchcraft or something. I don't remember, but I think probably the violence and maybe it was annoying. Sometimes I wonder if that was the
Well, I don't consider Power Rangers to be annoying in any way, shape, or form 35 years later.
I don't really know why. You can ask my dad.
Dad, where are you? No, I'm just kidding. He's not here right now. Can we take a message? Yeah, sure.
I honestly want to ask him about that. I mean to sometimes. I think of this and I'm like, why that? We can watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but not.
Yeah, there's a bit of it's kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
Agnes Moorehead was a fun witch. Hamilton was the Wicked Witch in Oz.
I like that. I could watch Oz too. Wizard of Oz.
1939. Oh, no, well, 1939 is the year that the original movie, The Wizard of Oz, came out with Judy Garland. So, true story. Let's think about this here. So I dressed up as Batman. Well, here's the thing about Power Rangers. It's a great show. I think all generations should watch it. That's just my personal opinion. I'm a little biased because I watched a lot of the seasons growing up as a youngin' on Fox Kids because my parents actually let me watch things that were kind of violent. But then again, Power Rangers is cheesecake compared to some of the more violent things that have been featured on network television. So, but PR is great. I still have some of the toys, Kat. So some of the action figures. You remember the action figures? Yeah. So, by the way, there are pictures of these you can find on my Instagram in case you want to go back and look at some of that stuff. So, true story. And I've met a lot of the Power Ranger actors in my career as a Comic-Con attendee. So feel free to look up those pictures as well.
Now you got me thinking about what kind of costumes I wore. I think I did a police officer one year.
Okay.
I got griped at in my first year in college because I decided to be a sexy nun.
Oh, boy.
So this dark as Dexter would call it, passenger, has been inside me since I was young because I just had to go to church all the time. And sometimes as an ADHD kid, like nothing's worse than sitting through a lecture.
It's true. Wow, a sexy nun.
Yeah. It wasn't really that, it wasn't that suggestive, but I got called irreverent. That was the first of many times that I'd be called that.
I'm seeing a different side to you here.
Yeah, you are. It's FreeWheeling Fridays, so I'm bringing it out. I'm bringing out the real stories.
Yeah, Woody says laugh out loud.
If you cannot judge me by, college. After you've heard my childhood, are you surprised?
No. When you got into college and got away from the family members that were controlling things a little bit, you were like, I'm a loner. You pulled a Pee Wee Herman. I'm a loner, Dottie. Rebel.
I did a cop.
You said a police officer. You mentioned that.
I'm trying to think because I know I did a beer maid one year. I think that was.
Oh God. Are there any pictures?
Dressing up. You're right. I just don't do it anymore.
Well, let me ask you this: are there any pictures of these?
Oh, lots. Yeah, I was a big picture taker. I have so many pictures of me doing. Yeah.
Are they on your Instagram?
I should go to Comic-Con. It's like cosplay. Apparently, I like costumes.
Well, I've been cosplaying for a couple of years. Not too long, but I've been cosplaying for a couple of years. I've cosplayed as Indiana Jones. I've cosplayed as Marty McFly from 1985 with the puffy vest.
I know all those. I did.
Which you can find on my Instagram.
All right.
I went as Clark Kent from the TV series Smallville, the Superman TV series.
I still need to watch that one. That's actually one I really want to watch.
You and your Munchkin would love that show. It's so good.
Oh, okay. It's one I can watch with him. Then I really definitely.
There are some dark elements in it, but it's mostly a family show. So check out Smallville, especially the first season is a really good introduction for the kid for sure. It's really it's been very, very good to me. Smallville made me half the person that I am today because if it weren't for Smallville helping me go through a very dark period in my life, I would not be the person I am sitting before you right now. So I got to give Smallville a lot of credit.
I'm definitely going to have to watch it. Now I'm going to be watching it thinking, what inspired Ryan?
Well, you're going to have to wait a while because the episode that inspired me was in season 5. So it's a 10-season show, so you're going to have to wait till the midway point of season 5 to figure out how does Ryan become Ryan? I don't understand. How do we find this?
It's like your origin story is buried in Smallville.
It is. It sort of is when you think about it. It helped me get through a dark period in my life. So # we love you Smallville. Let's see, who else have I cosplayed? I've cosplayed as a Jedi from Star Wars. That's true. The whole tunic, by the way. I've worn the robe. I've worn the tunic. I've had the lightsaber. And yes, Kat, you can find these on my Instagram.
I have a Star Wars show this year, and I was looking at Star Wars costumes recently, and I just could not decide. There are so many now.
Well, who are you going to go as? Are you going to go as Princess Leia or Jyn Erso from Rogue One?
I'm actually now that I'm looking, I just want to get cool Star Wars shirts and like jackets and stuff. They have like some of like the bomber jackets and just like. Did you find these on heroesandvillains.com or is this? Yeah, actually, I think that's one of the sites I was looking at, and I was like, some of these outfits are really fly, like.
Really fly? I haven't heard.
Like, literally.
Well, I'll tell you what. Once I get, because I'm in the process of making some changes in my life here in the next couple of months, but once things get settled and I get things more put together, I will go on heroesandvillains.com. You and I will go on heroesandvillains.com together, and we will pick something that we want to get. And then once we get it, we're going to show it off to the audience when we get it in.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we should do it.
I couldn't even make a decision because...
I can help you. I've visited the website a million times.
Girl costumes now. Like I feel like it used to all be guys, but now you got Rhea, you got all the different shows have different
Ahsoka Tano. Yeah.
So that's what I kept seeing, and I haven't watched that yet. So I was like, those are really cute, but I feel like a poser if I get it and I haven't watched it. So that's on my list to start.
People have told me that about my geek cred over the years. It's like, Ryan, why are you wearing the shirt? You don't even know what the movie is. I'm like, dude, it's a great looking shirt. What you talk about, Willis? But anyway, let's see. Woody says everyone wanted the girl on the St. Paul liquor bottle, a litter stein in each hand. Good Lord, man.
Yeah, it was like the green. He's talking about the beer maid, I think.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Costume. That's what I did. I think it was my senior year in high school.
Senior year of high school, you pulled this off?
It might have been junior year, if that makes it worse.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we need to put a new label out there here on the set that says Cat Rebel White, because she is truly a rebel. Okay.
I did tell you that at the beginning of this. No, Halloween's always fallen around my birthday. I'm not a big horror person, but I love the part of dressing up and looking cute and going out around my birthday. It's always my birthday party. So.
If I'm ever in Texas and we go to you, me, and some of our other friends that live in the great state of Texas go to a Comic-Con together, we all got to cosplay.
That would be fun. Yeah, I'm more conservative now than I was in college, but
okay, all right.
And warmth and a little cuteness.
Okay, all right. Plus, I understand you're trying to set a good example for the Munchkin, which I understand.
Oh yeah, he would probably have fun too. I've gotten back to dressing up at Halloween time, and it's usually something to coordinate with him. So
well, what does he like to dress up as? What's his last costume he ever wore?
This year I couldn't coordinate because he was a Minecraft character. I'm pretty
Minecraft.
Sure. Steve.
Oh yeah. No, I get it. Minecraft is very popular with the youngins. I get it. Minecraft, Sonic the Hedgehog. What was the other one?
He actually wanted a Star Wars one this year, but he wanted something really specific that I couldn't even find. Like, we went to the store a few times, and whatever one they had there, it was like the other character and it was like a specific costume from a specific show or movie too. I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, there are some everyday cosplay shirts from a friend of mine who has an Etsy store online that I can send you to, and she's a wonderful person who lives in the great state of North Carolina. Name's Ashley. FOJcosplay.com, and I'll send you the link here momentarily. I think I've sent it to you already, but I'll send it to you again as a reminder, because sometimes we need reminders. But yeah, I got an everyday cosplay of Kanan Jarrus from Star Wars Rebels, and I wore that to a Comic-Con, and that was my cosplay, and people loved it.
Which one?
His name is Kanan Jarrus. He's featured on an animated series called Star Wars Rebels, which you can find on Disney Plus. # not a sponsor.
Yeah, I see that one. I've been trying to watch. I've started a couple of the shows.
Okay, well, you and your son will definitely enjoy the animated shows. Those are more age appropriate for the Munchkins.
Yeah, I see those. He's gotten into Star Wars lately. He likes the little Yoda. He watched Mandalorian.
Judge me by my size, do you?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he knows the movies too well, but he really liked The Mandalorian. I think he enjoyed that.
Well, as we love to say in The Mandalorian, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. It is, because it is the way.
I love when he starts liking stuff like this, because then I get to rewatch it or watch it for the first time with him. So it's really fun to get random stuff with him.
Well, the first movie I'm about to mention to you is not age appropriate for the Munchkins out there, because we just celebrated its 40th anniversary earlier tonight on Movie Watch Along of The Breakfast Club.
I saw that.
Which is a great movie, great coming of age movie. Have you seen that one?
Yes, but it's been a very long time.
Okay, well, it is a very funny one too. But in the next couple of weeks / months, we're going to be celebrating 40 years of Back to the Future. So
I loved Back to the Future.
Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Marty McFly.
You're a slacker. You know, you remind me of your father when he went to school here. He was a slacker too. Can I go now, Mrs. Strickland? I noticed your band is on the roster for the dance auditions after school today. Why even bother, McFly? You don't have a chance. You're too much like your old man. No McFly ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley. Yeah, well, history is going to change. See what I did there?
How are you so good at that? I just remember like scenes.
Well, here's the true story about myself, and this is true for you. For those of you watching us at home, this is FreeWheeling Fridays, part of the Madison Entertainment Group. Do not forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends. And if you're joining us live on the replay, thank you for doing so. Thank you to Cat White for being our guest of honor / accomplished singer here on the set. If I watch a movie once or twice, the whole script goes right up here.
That's really cool. I envy that. I could never even be an actor and actress. I can't remember what I had for dinner.
I don't even remember what I did last night. even though I worked, but I still don't want to remember it. But because there's a great line in Casablanca. You ever see Casablanca?
I have seen that actually.
Okay, well, there's a line where, his ex-girlfriend walks up to Ricky, Rick in the cafe, what's his name, Humphrey Bogart's character, says, "Hey, where were you last night?" "It was so long ago, I don't remember." "Am I going to, what, I see you tonight? I never make plans that far ahead." And I'm like, I should just start saying that to all my, friends or my potential love interests and be like, I don't know what I did last night. It was so long ago, I don't remember. Well, am I going to see you tonight for our date? I don't make plans that far ahead, honey.
I want to use that line too.
Do you want to use that on your next potential date or whatever it is? I don't know.
Yeah, we won't go there.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying it. I'm just using it as a.
To avoid it.
No. I'm just saying I'm using it as a hypothetical.
That's a good line. I'm definitely going to use that one.
Yeah. I'm not saying you have to use it on a potential date or whatever. I'm just saying like in a hypothetical sense.
No, no, that was the right direction because that's what I would do. Say something weird.
So yeah, am I going to see you next week? I never make plans, or just tomorrow night, or the next 2 days from now. I never make plans that far ahead. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, because I can't say I'm washing my hair like more than a couple times. So
that's understandable, by the way.
I
know. No, it's okay. I understand why. It's perfectly natural. So as we were talking about earlier, places we want to travel, because I've never been to a lot of places, right? So I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to certain places in Florida I haven't been to yet. Let's see. There's Superman Celebration that's held in Metropolis, Illinois every year. I want to go to that because I'm a giant Superman fan, so that would help. Yeah, Metropolis, Illinois. Yeah. It's a real city. It does exist. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and Metropolis is the name of the city that Superman lives in when he's in the comic books, so it just makes sense. Yeah, Metropolis is legit now, so I want to go to Metropolis, Illinois. I want to go to New York Comic Con in the Javits Center of New York City, because that's one of the biggest Comic Cons on the face of the planet. I like to go to Rhode Island Comic Con. I hear that's a great show. That's a big one too, in the smallest state of the world, in the smallest state of the country, which is crazy.
You could do you should travel and do content to when you travel to Comic Cons.
Well, I have applied to be a moderator at conventions, Kat, so we'll see where the chips fall.
That would be so good for you.
Yeah, I applied to it. We'll see what happens. Nothing's happened yet, but people have responded saying, "Hey, if you want to do XYZ, you got to fill out this form." I'm like, no, I don't want to create my own panel. I want to moderate panels that are already being scheduled, and I want to moderate them for you. So we'll see what happens.
So good for you, I feel like. And what a way to go to Comic-Con, to get to be a part of it.
I know, right? Be a part of the crew, behind the scenes, behind the red tape, see all the people in the green room hanging out.
Right. That's always fun to do stuff like that and just I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? If you ever do some shows up here on the East Coast, or I ever travel down to Texas, I could be the MC for your next comedy show.
Okay. You like a little hosting with some comedy in there?
I don't mind. Listen, I've been to stand-up comedy shows before.
I feel like you'd be good at comedy.
See, that's the thing. I've never tried it before. I've never tried it.
Or acting, since you can memorize stuff. That's always, because you've even asked me before if I would act, but that would be my big hurdle. I cannot memorize a script. It's not, I can barely memorize. I don't know. I'm good with faces, names, voices, but not names. I love your knowledge of actors and actresses for that. I see a picture and then I know what I'm looking at.
Well, I'm sure my students got a kick out of it because our programs just started back up, and I had my first class today with my new crop of students, and they did a great job. Everyone's having a great time. It's only the first week, so you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but it was very enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of the semester goes with my brand new crop of students and participants and all that kind of jazz. So good on you, fellas. We love you guys out there. Yeah, it's talking about film analysis, and the name of the program is Film Fanatics, in case anyone's wondering.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's about 9 weeks long, so it's once a week. It's not like every day. So
do you cover the same movies every course that you do?
Pretty much, because it's a new crop, they're not going to know the difference. So I could just share the same 20 links that I have in my syllabus, and they just click on it and play it for them. They're not going to, it'll be fine.
My film class was one of my favorites back in college.
Really? You never told me this.
I started as a communications major.
Mass comm, yeah.
I really loved, I went to do broadcast journalism. I really loved the film classes I took, though.
That's right.
I liked that professor, but he talked me out of communications major.
Well, that's a bit odd.
No, he did it on purpose. It was, if I can talk you out of it, then it's a hard place and you shouldn't, maybe do something else. But I think I was young too. And what he said sounded like I always wanted my artwork not to be stressful. So that's it made that final decision to change. But film is amazing that you teach that.
Yeah, and it's beauty because I get to share my love of pop culture and movies with other people, and that's why I love doing this show. By the way, thank you for everyone who gave me this opportunity to do Freewheeling Fridays, because this is on a different network in a different time slot. So I'm happy to collaborate with other people and work within the confines of the Madness. Well, it used to be Madness Comic, but now it's called the Madness Entertainment Group, which, hey, all good things, man, all good things. The Meg.tv, that link was dropped in the chat earlier if you want to visit the website and check out what else is going on. Speaking of which, you ever get the feeling that those things that live under your couches and mattresses, known as like dust bunnies, dust mites, and other little itty bitty little creatures, have been having conversations with each other? Well, we have this one for you.
Welcome to Based on a True Story, Volume 6, Tales of the Underworld, where true crime collides with the furry, funny, and fierce world of the Dust Bunny Mafia. This brand new 32-page comic reimagines real mafia legends, Mad Dog Cole, John Gotti, and more, through the eyes of our animal mobsters. Think The Godfather meets Looney Tunes, packed with action, humor, and full-color storytelling.
Boy, that'll make you think twice before checking under the mattresses and the couch cushions. Am I right, folks? Maybe they're having conversations about the mafia. I'm going to make them an offer I can't refuse. There was a movie that came out many moons ago. Did you ever hear of something called On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando? Did you ever see that?
Mm.
Well, that's where the speech comes from. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody, Charlie. You ever see that? No? Doggone it, Kat. We got to get you educated more in Movieology 101. By the way, Woody says you're a great host, Ryan.
Yes,
well, thanks, Woody. Appreciate you, brother. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods. You know, Woody, one of these days you and I got to sit down and talk some shop. And maybe you, me, and Kat have to sit here together and talk shop.
I love Toy Story, so I already appreciate it.
Speaking of which, Toy Story turns the big 3-0 later this year. Did you know that, Kat?
I did not know that. I'm going to get my son interested in watching Home Improvement, but I started watching the new Home Improvement, and it's been like, I'm like, Buzz Lightyear, you know?
You mean Last Man Standing?
Yes, that show. So I just started that one, and I'm like telling my son, that's who talked for Buzz Lightyear. And this is
He was also the Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's right. So he's familiar with them, but I'm going to get him to Home Improvement. That's where this is going to go.
In the words of Home Improvement, yeah. Oh yeah, that's very good. Oh yeah. Sorry. I can do the Tim Allen grunts all day long.
Yeah, that was probably the most watched show of my childhood.
Do you have a favorite episode, or you just like the whole thing?
You know, I still remember when they showed the neighbor at the end. I don't even know what episode it was.
Wilson.
I'll just never forget getting to see Wilson.
Heidi ho, good neighbor. That's what he would always say. You ever say that to your neighbors in Texas? You say, Heidi ho, good neighbor.
Mm-hmm. But I still like the South Park, though.
Isn't the only thing they say in South Park is, oh my God, they killed Kenny.
Yeah.
How many times
I won't do my South Park Heidi ho impression.
I was going to say, how many times has Kenny been killed off? 6 billion times?
Yeah.
How would you like to do this? What did you say? I'm sorry. What I said was, how would you like to... Mr. Goshet.
It's kind of like the Marvel Universe, though. He just keeps coming back. So it's fine. Kenny's fine.
Well, what do you prefer, South Park or Family Guy?
South Park.
Because Family Guy has your girl, Mila Kunis, says, shut up, Meg.
Right. I like her, but I like South Park so much more. They're so witty, and they're so like, I remember being amazed that like stuff would happen in the outside world or in pop culture, and they would just have an episode out about it within hours. It seemed like that was so funny.
Well, how about
the lines?
How about this, Family Guy or The Simpsons?
I've only watched a couple episodes of The Simpsons. I wasn't allowed. That's what.
When he called Moe's Tavern and made the practical jokes on Moe, Bart Simpson. Do you remember that? He would call Moe's Tavern and say, Moe's Tavern, house of the Rob Roy, jock strap. What's that? I said, I'm looking for my friend, Jock Strap. Is there a jock strap here? Guys, I'm looking for a jock strap. And then Bart would say, ha, ha, ha. And then he would hang up.
Did you watch that as a kid? I guess jock strap's not that bad.
No, that was his early stages before he got really raunchy.
It did get raunchy. See, I've only watched maybe one episode.
No, Simpsons gets very raunchy in its later seasons. Cat, I would not recommend it to you.
Watch it now more.
Let me put it to you this way: you can watch it in the middle of the night while the kid's sleeping. Just don't show it to the kid. That's one of those things you got to keep an eye on, folks.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the.
My friends watched it growing up, so I'm confused. Which is is it bad or is it not?
Well, it just gets raunchier as the seasons progress. That's all I'm trying to say.
Don't we all?
Well, yeah, but we also get smarter when we get older, apparently. Well, some of us do anyway. Kat and I are a lot smarter than we were when we were 10, but, we get smarter. In the words of that PSA, the more you know, well, how about this one? Reading Rainbow or Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You've never seen either one?
Probably Mr. Rogers, I know of it, but the other one, I don't know what that is. Lamb Chops. I watched Lamb Chops.
Yeah, I remember that one. He says the first several seasons of the Simpsons was a whole different thing than it is right now. Yes, you're right, Woody.
Really?
When it comes to
out with episodes?
Yeah, it's still churning out episodes. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. You can stream the whole series.
Okay, that might be a late night show I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Touche. I'm trying to think here. What was the other one we were talking about? Let's see.
Mr. Rogers, and I don't know what the other one was.
No, it was Reading Rainbow. I'm trying to think of this or that. One of the. Okay, how about this? Waffles or pancakes?
Ooh. Okay, I have to eat gluten-free.
Okay, so what are we going with?
This is an important question, though. When I can go out and order gluten-free pancakes,
yes,
a waffle's good, but a nice pancake with all the blueberries.
Like what?
Chocolate or it's just something. It's very rare, but if I go somewhere and I can order that, pancakes all day.
Pancakes over waffles. All right, I respect. I mean, I like both for different reasons, but I pick waffles over pancakes right now.
But if I'm at home, I definitely I'll get gluten-free waffles sometimes. I like a good waffle. Chocolate chip waffle.
I prefer. See, here's the difference between you and me. I like buttermilk flavored waffles. That's me.
That's boring. I like the blueberries and throw the extra fruit in that tastes like candy,
All right, that's fair. I want
one now. Now I want waffles. Thank you.
Well, I have a giant box full of Eggo waffles in the freezer.
Not gluten-free though.
They're not. I'm sorry, but they do sell gluten-free waffles at my supermarket.
Nice. It's nice when I find a good brand of something gluten-free that's breaded. I'll say that.
At the supermarket, yeah. Trying to think here. Doritos or Fritos?
Ooh, why do I have to pick Doritos?
Okay.
Doritos. Cool Ranch Doritos, actually.
I can dig it. I was a nacho cheese fan myself.
That one's okay, but Cool Ranch, you can't beat it.
No, you're right. It's a valid point. Vienna Fingers or Nutter Butter Bites?
Did you say Vienna Fingers?
Yeah, they're the ones with the white cream in the middle.
Oh, I was thinking of Vienna sausages.
No. I'm talking about Vienna Fingers as in a cookie. This is a cookie.
Oh, I was like, why am I comparing? I don't know what the first one is, so I guess the second one. Nutter Butters were the shit.
Animal crackers or Oreos?
Oreos all day.
Okay,
and
but do you want the
gluten-free Oreos right now?
Oh, do they sell those?
Yes. I'm ashamed of how I eat Oreos when I buy them.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you buy the regular Oreos or do you buy double or triple stuffed?
So they have double stuffed in Oreos for gluten-free, and now they have the mint ones. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm about to tear them up. That's what's They have the golden Oreos gluten-free now. They even have Chips Ahoy. They're making my world better slowly. Oreos all day.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich or BLT?
Ooh, both. I'm really bad at picking favorites. On a Saturday morning, BLT.
Well, on a Saturday morning, we would normally be sitting in front of the television screen eating our favorite cereal. So what's your favorite cereal?
So before I had to eat gluten-free, because gluten-free is boring, I love cereal. I loved Cinnamon Toast Crunch. My son loves Fruit Loops. I loved Fruit Loops too. Fruit Loops are good. Now I have to stick to Cheerios, and I found out I can eat Lucky Charms, so I've been eating Lucky Charms when I really want to act like a kid on a Saturday.
Good picks. Good pick. This is fun. I like playing this or that because I haven't played this game in an awfully long time.
I like it too. It's making me think.
It's making you think? Okay, well, this may be a silly question, but I'll ask it anyway. Vanilla Ice or Ice Mike?
Ice Mike all day. Come on.
just
That's my bro.
That's my bro. I'm not going to betray my BFF. What you talking about, man?
It's really cool how we make these social audio connections, by the way. I really enjoy doing these shows with you, even though I ramble. You keep me entertained. Ice Mike's a cool guy too. Yeah.
He is. One of these days, hopefully I get a chance to talk to hopefully I get a chance to talk to Ice Mike when he's not spinning the records and the rhymes, because every time I walk into his room he's playing music and I can't really talk to him.
Yep. Yeah.
So, Ice Mike, if you're watching this, hit me up in the DM so we can actually talk verbally and not just have you, scurrying.
He does talk. You catch him in the right.
Yeah, but you have to wait for hours just to catch him in the right spin. Sorry, it happens. Sorry, DJ Ice Mike. I know it's part of your job, but still, I digress. Oh, gosh. Tina Turner or Whitney Houston?
Oh, God. This is like a crime to pick between these two. Whitney Houston?
Okay. There's nothing wrong. Whitney Houston's good.
I'm bad at choices. I'm bad at these choices.
Did you ever see the movie she was in, The Bodyguard?
Nope.
Heard it was good. I haven't seen it yet, but it's got Kevin Costner in it. Costner's in it.
I've been watching more TV since I've been on your shows. I've been watching more things.
See, the pop culturisms of Van Dyke Quote channel and Freewheeling Fridays is starting to rub off on her, guys.
Yeah, affecting me. I like it though because I need ideas that are good for me and good for my son, so I get them all here. So.
Fair point.
And the nostalgia.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that either.
All the nostalgia.
No, I completely understand. Do you journal every day?
Oh yeah, I feel like I didn't answer this earlier. I wish I could say I wrote every day. I don't journal every day, although I was trying to for a little while last year, and one of my friends was doing a women's group that I joined, and that was one of our challenges was to journal. And I really, it's Marcella. I really enjoyed doing that with a group of people, and she always had creative challenges for us. So I tried, but it doesn't happen every day. If I can get a poem out, those kind of come randomly. Sometimes I'll journal. I'll do poetry as kind of my journaling.
Which is fair. I wrote a haiku that got published in our middle school literary magazine.
Ooh, so you're a poet. You're a singer and a poet as well.
Well, I mean, I wrote one poem. I don't think that makes me a poet, but
hey, not many people know what a haiku is, so you know what?
Haiku is 575, which is the formula for what they use for running a haiku. It's basically things that have 5 syllables, and then the next one has 7, the other one has 5. So, I think. Or is it 5 words, 7 words, and 5 words? I can't remember what 575 means. I think it's syllables, though. Or no.
Syllables?
Is it? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyone want to Google this in the backstage area? Because I don't know what the frack I'm doing. But anyway.
It's something very random because I have to look it up every now and then when I want to do one. But my poems end up getting too long. I'm like, I have so much more to say. Obviously, I don't shut up. So.
No, it's okay. We appreciate you. Well, the people who are listening and watching us right now on Freewheeling Fridays, which is part of Madness Entertainment Group, do not forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends. If you're watching us live on the replay, thank you so much for doing so. And if DJ Ice Mike is watching or listening to this right now, hit me up in the DM so we can have you on And I Quote and talk about your career as a DJ and a musician.
That would be cool.
So, yeah, we got to get him on the show. So why don't you tell him, put that in his ear and be like, yo, Ice Mike, my BFF Ryan over here, he really wants to talk to you. Let's admit.
Yeah, I messaged him. He's like, what the heck? Where?
I'm like, well, it's on YouTube, bro.
I don't know if I have the link. He said send the link.
Well, I did. I thought I sent it to you, but maybe I didn't. But it's all right. You can always send him the replay.
Yeah.
Which is fine because he'll probably end up watching it anyway.
But he would harass us in the comments, so he would be a fun person to
join. Wish he was. Yeah, well, he's probably asleep now.
No, he's not. He sent me a whole other space earlier. I was like, no, I'm still.
Gee willikers. But anyway, I digress. Trying to think here. Gosh, there's so many. Let me think here. Have you ever heard of something called the Magic School Bus?
Oh, I loved the Magic School Bus.
Favorite episode?
I liked when they went into the body, I think.
So it's basically the Magic School Bus gets eaten for lunch.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you know all the episode names. You know they had Magic School Bus, like a revamped one.
Yeah, Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon was the voice actress for Miss Frizzle's sister.
I loved when my kid was, I forgot what age it was where he liked that. He got into watching it for a while. I secretly loved it. I was like, can we watch Magic School Bus?
You can find the original series and reruns of it on YouTube.
Yeah, that one. Oh my gosh. I did rewatch some of those. I think the stomach one. I feel like they go to a swamp in one. That was good.
Mm-hmm. My favorite is Gets Lost in Space in the Busasaurus.
Oh. I don't remember the space one. I remember the dinosaur one.
Well, believe it or not, the Magic School Bus Gets Lost in Space was the pilot episode of the series.
Really?
Yeah.
That was Frizzle was such a good character too.
I was at a convention 2 weeks ago, and a woman there was dressed up as Miss Frizzle because I noticed because she was wearing a dress with all the outer space planets on it. She had the space earrings, and then she also had a hair curled back like Miss Frizzle does, and she also had a Liz resting on her shoulder.
Oh, I like that. There's a lot of good Frizzle. She always had the matching earrings and like the
dress. The dress. It was a dress. Yeah.
I like doing that. I'm a Frizzle of my own.
Do you like coordinating your outfits?
I do. I really do.
So does that mean we're going to see you as Miss Frizzle for Halloween this year?
I feel like I'll leave that to the redheads, but it's possible. Anything's.
You could be a brunette version of Miss Frizzle. They won't mind.
I would definitely wear some of the clothes she wears. I mean, she had some style, that's for sure. The earrings and yeah.
And the dresses, maybe some of the other outfits like pantsuits or something like that. I can't remember.
It was always very themed with the show, like
every episode.
Mm-hmm. If I were a teacher, I used to kind of want to be a teacher actually because of Miss Frizzle.
What would you want to teach? If you were a teacher today, what would you be teaching? Literature, English?
I did go do it for a while. I enjoy teaching science. Social studies I taught as well, but science was really fun because I think it's like one of those things that's filled with wonder. So that was fun. I would love to be an English teacher, but the grading looks, teachers don't get enough credit for the things they're enduring with our kids. The grading for writing in English and, that would be a lot of extra.
It would be. One of the tragedies of being a teacher is overworked and underpaid.
Yeah, it's so true though. I hope to teach at college one day, I think, but it takes such patience to be with kids. And I even just handwriting right now with my son, like one kid. That's why I'm laughing awkwardly because they have such an enormous job, especially after the pandemic. So
not easy. We can assure you on that. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you be right now?
I feel like I knew that was coming. I have so many places I want to travel, especially after I did a little research on like my own ancestry. My travel plans kind of changed a little bit because now I want to go to Ireland and I want to go to Europe. I never really wanted to go to Africa, but that I kind of would base my travels around my lineage now. But outside of my lineage travels, I've always wanted to go to Australia randomly. Probably the same reason you want to go to Hawaii. It just looks beautiful and exotic. The people are interesting. The animals are interesting. So, and of course the beach.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, one of these days, if you go to Australia, you might end up running into Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth. Did you ever see the news anchor that was trying to do the
I know
weather,
where. I'm on
and,
my
Chris,
way.
and Chris Hemsworth walked in on her as she was doing the weather report?
Oh my
You
God,
didn't-
I would die.
I'll tell you what. I'll send you the clip. You're gonna love it.
Oh, you know where else I want to go?
Where do you want to go?
Wanted to see the Northern Lights wherever that happens.
I think isn't that Alaska?
Yeah, the sky. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's always been a bucket list thing. Even though I'm more of a beach person, the cold sounds like a torture.
You and I are the same thing because I like beaches, not the cold. Yeah.
So I'm in San Antonio. It's in the 30s and 20s this week, which you might see me with a blanket. Like, I'm cold.
You were wearing like winter clothing in your last selfie that you took, I think.
Yes. So I'm in my apartment, so I put this t-shirt on, but I'm like shivering just a little bit. But it's cold here for us. Everybody makes fun of us because we freak out, but yeah, this is not acceptable. I'm just kidding.
Give us spring now. We don't.
Are closed, but I'm glad it doesn't last like a Maryland's winter lasts.
Thanks for rubbing that in my face. Yeah, our winter is terrible. I hate it.
Yeah, my mom lives in Michigan, and I always I'm like, that's extra chores that I don't want to do. I don't want to scrape any snow off of anything. Yeah.
How do you think I feel? I'm not a fan of it either.
I'm sympathizing.
Is that a word? No, I'm just kidding. It is. Do you? Not that it matters, but if you have a notebook with you, do you like? Some people like to decorate their notebooks with like stickers or reminders, post-it notes, that kind of thing. Like, do you ever decorate your notebooks? Or do you just keep them plain Janes and just write in them whenever you feel like it?
You know, I always buy stickers and stuff, and I mean to do that, but I don't. So sometimes I just, a lot of my journals are like very just scribbled in, and I kind of know where to go based on the scribbles. But I do have a couple like guided journals. Like I have an Emily Dickinson journal. Speaking of, we've talked about her. She was one of my favorite poets, where it has like coloring page, one of her poems, and that's one. You know, I don't know. It's just a mood strikes me and I'll take that one out and kind of doodle in there and write stuff. And I have some guided journals for the same reason. So
Even better. If you're going to cosplay,
actually,
no, it's fine. Listen, whatever works. If you're going to cosplay as a Star Wars character, who would you cosplay as? Princess Leia or Jyn Erso or Rey?
Rey. Or I like the outfits from I'm not going to try to say the word because I haven't seen the show yet.
Ahsoka.
So I'm getting that mixed up because there's a Goro or some words.
It's called Andor.
Andor, yes. There's another A1 I feel like too, but they all had really cool costumes. I feel like for women, but Rey's definitely those are the ones I've been looking at actually for the show.
Giddy up. All right. Well, we hope to make that dream become a reality for sure. And then heroesandvillains.com, hashtag not sponsor of this show. But if they want to be, call me, maybe, and we can work something out. Heroes and Villains has got a lot of good clothes. Just that the price mark is awfully high, but they do have discounts. They do have a clearance section. You can go back in there. You can find some stuff. I've actually found an Ahsoka Tano Clone Trooper hoodie, zip-up hoodie. And I like zip-up hoodies a lot. I think zip-up hoodies are great. So
I'm actually really glad that you said something about it because I'm always like scared to buy off of websites. Sometimes I don't know. I never know.
No. Every website I've bought from, they've been very trustworthy, and also you can pick the size that you want. So
yeah, I like hearing that you've gotten something from there. I liked several things. Like I favorited a lot, but it was buy one get one half off, or they had a deal, but the prices were a little
little high for some of us here in the States, but we digress.
But I consider it for Star Wars stuff, just to be honest. Like some of that's cute.
Well, if you want to keep it simple, I mean, tpublic.com has got tons of shirts, long sleeve shirts, and hoodies that are way less expensive than what you're going to get at Heroes and Villains.
Facts. What'd you say?
tpublic.com.
Public. Okay.
TEE and then the word public, all one word, tpublic.com. Which is where I get all my pop culture shirts, by the way. You can't see it, but I'm wearing an Indiana Jones trilogy t-shirt underneath this quarter-inch zip, but I'm cold, so I'm being warm.
I did see all those growing up.
Well, that's good, because that was the first cosplay I ever did. And it was a lot of fun. And yes, you can find my cosplay Uber-looking debut on my Instagram page. If you want to go back and look at it, I'm just saying as a for instance.
I'm gonna dig that one out. I'm gonna definitely have to see that.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward my first time out of the gate, but it was a lot of fun. And a lot of people came up to, not a lot, but several people came up to me and be like, dude, your costumes, can I take a picture with you? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Ooh.
There were photo ops with me and other cosplayers in the photos that you can see on my Instagram page.
Who was the main actor in that? Or was it John Wayne?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big actor. I just couldn't remember who.
No. He's, let me see. Woody says, I'm still here and I'm awake. And then Pop says, great show, Ryan. Hey, thanks, Pops. You're the man. Thanks for having. Yeah. But yeah, Indiana Jones was my first cosplay. Feel free to look it up. It's on my it's on our Instagram page, so it's there. Trying to think. If you're stranded on a deserted island, what 3 things would you want with you that are not a cell phone?
3 things that I would want with me. I feel like if you're
on a deserted island,
I need some kind of weapon.
Machete, maybe?
Yeah, I'm thinking survival mode right now. Yeah, like a machete. I feel like if you have to narrow it down, it's something you can kill with and build with. Is clothes? Can I have clothes?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I feel like shoes would be most important stranded on an island. So we'll go with shoes, machete, and
clothing.
I don't know. I mean, that's not as necessary as the shoes. So if I have to pick, I'm getting all strategizing here. Something to light fire with, I guess.
So a lighter.
Yeah. Or like something you can create sparks with, you know what I mean? So that you have a longer lasting fire starter.
Okay. That was also a Stephen King movie, Firestarter, with Drew Barrymore when she was just a little girl.
Interesting.
It wasn't a very good movie, though. It didn't go over well. And plus, I heard the remake was even worse. So I didn't even bother seeing the remake. Sorry, Hollywood.
Oh, that was a hard question because I'm still thinking about it.
Which one? The one about the stranded on a deserted island?
Yeah, the 3 things you're going to bring. Like, how do you pick?
Maybe a journal to write in? No, I'm just kidding.
I was thinking that, to be honest, but then I'm like, if I want to survive, I need to learn how to kill things, and I definitely am not killing with my bare hands, so we'll go machete.
Machete. Okay. Fair enough. If you were on Power Rangers, which one are you? Pink Ranger or Yellow Ranger?
You know, probably yellow. Yellow's my color.
All right. Yellow was the saber-toothed tiger from the original series, in case you were wondering. Do you have the spirit of a saber-toothed tiger within you?
I have no idea.
What's your spirit animal?
Ooh, you have all the hard questions tonight on Freewheeling Friday. Spirit animal.
Do you have a spirit animal? I mean, if it's not saber-toothed tiger as a Yellow Ranger, what would it be?
Maybe the hawk or... See, this is where I have problems because I love birds and I want to say birds, but sometimes the ocean's the place to be. So it's either a bird or an ocean animal. I used to say a dolphin as well, or a horse, because I had a land one too. So, but dolphins, then I figured out they were kind of weird. So they have weird habits in the wild. We'll stop.
Okay. All right. Hey, whatever works. There's no right or wrong way to answer these particular questions, Kat.
What's your spirit animal, Ryan?
I'm biased. Tiger.
Oh, okay.
I'm biased. Sorry. It's my school. It's my baby. It's in my blood. The place where I used to live, Towson in Maryland, is in my blood. So
I went all deep with it, and you're just like my school.
Well, I just, there's that song that, I don't know if you remember the song, Eye of the Tiger by Survivor from the Rocky movies. That was very popular. Of course. Well, I feel like I have an Eye of the Tiger.
Tigers are good, especially like the albino ones. And then Tiger King came out. I mean, how do you feel about Tiger King?
I know what it is, but I haven't seen it. I know. Blasphemer! Sorry, I haven't seen it. And I'm a Tiger fan, so this is kind of going against my creed here. But
I would enjoy it, but it's like trash TV if you ever get in that mood.
Yeah, it's one of those train wrecks you can't help but look at.
Exactly. And during the pandemic, I ate that up. I ate that train wreck up. It was wonderful.
I heard it was very, very good to you. Well, that's good. But for me,
on Clubhouse too. So it just the whole time was like.
Really?
She
Yeah.
did, yeah. Didn't somebody try to end like this was like sensational? They were like trying to get him pardoned or whatever, not pardoned, but like released from prison. So the guy's like in jail now. Oliver Tigers.
All over tigers. I'd probably say I have the spirit animal of a tiger. Plus, my theme song, "Eye of the Tiger," is pretty badass.
That's a good one.
If I do say so myself, because with Rocky and Apollo training together, in the gym sequence in Rocky 3. Damn, Rock, come on! What's the matter with you? Tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. You got to think about that, because when you're going out through life and you're trying to accomplish these goals, you got to think to yourself, there is no tomorrow. I have to do it today.
Yeah, that sounds like how I live. Yes, it's very with urgency. Sometimes
Urgency.
I have to force myself to chill the F out sometimes.
Chill the frack out?
Chill
Okay.
the frack out. Yeah.
Chill the frack out. Hence the reason she's wearing a DJ Ice Mike t-shirt.
Yeah, chill, listen to some music and sit and write in a journal. I have to make myself chill out to do those things. It's hard sometimes with the ADHD brain. Like
Autism, ADHD, we all have our struggles, but they're part of what make us who we are. So you gotta take it as it comes, Kat.
Oh, I definitely have learned to do that.
I mean, I consider my autism a gift. So
yeah, we talked about that. I really appreciate that. That idea that it's a gift or superpower, because I try to reframe the boxes they try to fit me in all the time. So
well, we had this poster where I used to work at my university where it says label jars, not people.
Yeah, I mean, we go in boxes when we die, maybe, but that's still stupid.
That sounds morbid. But anyway, let's try to label jars. Kat. We're going to label jars here. We're not going to label people. Let's just keep it that way. Here's a really good grand slam of a question. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years from now?
Oh, wow. I've been really challenged with these goals questions lately and really thinking about it. So 5 to 10 years, I'll say what I see in my future. I definitely have so many goals in the family area. At some point, I will open myself back up to dating and finding, somebody to create with. So that's a big goal of mine. So 5, 10 years, hopefully. I'm creating in different ways. And then I have just creative goals. I want to be traveling more and getting to, whether that's do comedy or just network, getting to meet some of the people that I've just admired and worked with, maybe yourself, Maryland, like just go do shows and create with people in different places. So 5 to 10 years, I see that for myself. I really do.
Well, isn't that special? Well, but all kidding aside, we wish you nothing but the best of luck with everything you got going on right now and all the goals you have for your future and, whatever it is you want to do with your life respectively. So with that being said, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much to all of you who have tuned into this episode of FreeWheeling Fridays, part of Madness Entertainment Group, which you can follow. The links are located in the description down below. And thank you to Kat White, the writer, the poet, the singer, accomplished singer, the best-selling author, best-selling writer, and someone who's a nerd in training, because we're educating her on all these different characters and fandoms that she's going to write down in her handy-dandy notebook like they taught us about on Blue's Clues, and she's going to research all this.
That one.
And then Kat's going to come back here in a couple of days / weeks, and she's going to say, Ryan, I watched all of these. I listened to all of this. You were right. You were right. Well done. So that's what she's going to tell us the next time she's going to be here on set in the next couple of weeks. Who knows? Maybe we'll bring her back sooner rather than later. Who knows? But in the meantime, Kat, if someone wants to know more about you and explore the creative mind that you've had all these years, where can they follow you on social media particularly?
Well, I'm Kat White on Facebook. I also have Words with Kat. I'm trying to get all my platforms to be Words with Kat. So Words with Kat on TikTok, Words with Kat, Words period with period Kat on Instagram. I have a poetry Instagram connected there as well. If you're into that sort of thing, I try to go live and sing sometimes. And of course, I like all the social audio platforms. So you can usually find me on there somewhere listening to something. I can't promise what it would be because I like hearing just about anything, especially when you get to know some of these people talking. So I like supporting my friends online, and Words with Kat there too.
Yay. Well, Kat, thank you so much for being here. It was great to see you again. I'm going to talk to you here again momentarily, so stay tuned. Feel free to grab some drinks and some food in the backstage area of our non-existent physical studio that we do not have because this is done virtually and it happens all the time. Feel free to drink from the Hydro Flask. Hashtag not a sponsor. Well, my name is Ryan of And I Quote Channel. Follow me across all forms of social media simply at And I Quote Channel. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube, which is my YouTube channel, And I Quote, where I have different shows talking about nerdy, geeky topics. And we've interviewed Kat White once before, so you can check out the previous interview that we've had with her. And she was also featured on one of our episodes of The Meaning of Fandom. That was a lot of fun. We tossed her into the deep end of the pool, but she made it. She survived, and she said she's willing to come back again another time. Isn't that right, Kat? I think you did mention that at one point. So, yeah, she's giving me the thumbs up in the backstage area of the studio. Fantastic. So that'll happen again at some point. But once again, all the links where you can follow me and Kat White are located in the description down below, so check them out. Support those who support you. Check out my show. I got shows every Friday, Saturday, during the weekend at 7 p.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. If you want to know more, if you want to be a guest on a future episode of FreeWheeling Fridays, hit me up in the DMs on Instagram or hit me up in the DMs of Facebook. Would love to talk to you. I want to support as many indie creators as I possibly can. And thank you to everybody for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this network and this madness, brother, because we are the cream that rises to the top. Oh, yeah. The cream of the crop. And if you want to know more about the greatness that is the Madness Entertainment Group and some of the great pieces of programming they have here, we have this for you. Thank you for joining us for FreeWheeling Fridays. We will see you back here again, same time, same place, Friday nights, 11 p.m. EST. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. And remember, life is better when supporting indie creators out there.
Click on the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic.